Alright guys, I'm going to be with you in a minute. Just running slightly behind schedule. Just had a shower and got into a seriously intense argument between me and the person I was arguing with earlier. And this time I won, but you know how it is. Do you argue with yourself in the shower? No. No, I'm not crazy. I play the role of two people, one of whom is me, and the other person is whoever I'm arguing with, and then I win. You know? We all do this, guys. Don't pretend that I'm the weird one for admitting that I do this, alright? Everyone does this. I'm not the weird one here. Alright, here we go. I mean, yeah, of course I talk to myself, because sometimes I do need a smart opinion. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good evening. See, I wasn't even lying about the shower. Genuinely wasn't even lying. Look, let's just start off with a confession. I'm not the only person in the world who occasionally, while in the shower, will reenact conversations they have had throughout the day, except this time, I'm much more eloquent. This time I'm the hero, you know? This time I said what I should have said a while back. Come on, you know that. Should I just not change the hair? Should we just... Is this how we're doing it now? Is this how we're going? No, come on, I've got to at least pretend. I've got to... The normal voice is back. I mean, we can always drop it down if we need to. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Welcome, as we're playing Broken Sword 1. Finishing Broken Sword... Can we go higher instead? Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Welcome as we play Broken Sword 1. An American saves France. That's how it's going to go. Right, here we go. Okay, you guys ready? How's everyone been? I have been ripping up the carpet in my dining room, which is not a euphemism. I have actually taken up the carpet that was on the dining room floor and replaced it with heavy rubber gym tiles, and I'm going to get a gym going on. I don't need a dining room, you know? I don't dine. I don't bring people round and dine. Like, if people are going to come round to my house and visit, they can sit on the floor, as other guests would need to do. You know, people are like, but Josh, where do you feed guests? I'm like, I'm sorry, why do you think I would either A, have guests, or B, feed them? Like, if you come round to my house, we're there to work out, play Magic the Gathering, play Warhammer, play video games, and then you can leave. That's what's happening. You didn't get a chair. What products did I just use for my hair? Okay, you can't hate me, but my grooming routine has not advanced since I was in high school, so I use Wet Look Gel. That's why my hair always looks wet and gelled. Because, and this is what most boys do, this is, I'm sorry boys, but I'm going to give away the secret to any of the girls in the chat right now. Guys establish their grooming and hygiene kind of regimes when they're about 14, maybe 15, and then we never change. Ever. We will use the same toothpaste. We will use the same hair gel. We find one cologne that we like the smell of when we're about 16, 17. If you're lucky, someone buys you a cologne. If you're not, you go and try one of those sample packs, and then you're like, this is my fragrance forever. You know, someone walks up to me and says, you know, Josh, do you like the smell of Hugo Boss? I'm like, I don't know. But I use it because I used it once when I was a teenager, and then that just kind of established itself in my brain as a thing that happens. That's the one. That's how it goes. So, I tell this to some of my female friends, and they're like, but you never change? Why would you? You know, when you reach max level, you stop leveling. When you've found out what you need to do, you just kind of keep doing that. Why change what works, man? You know, it's perfect. Let's play a point-and-click adventure game from 1996. Ladies and gentlemen, how are you all? Yeah, you don't change perfection. I'm sorry, you just don't. However, you do... Right, all boys go through a phase. First of all, you use Lynx body spray. In the UK, it's called Lynx. In America, I believe it's called Axe. You use Axe body spray. You use Lynx body spray. That kind of stuff. Then, you grow up a little bit. Lynx Africa. The absolute cultural stranglehold that Lynx Africa had globally on every single boy ever. That's what you get. So I used to, I remember once many years ago, I was doing a play in a city in England called Derby. And Derby's quite a nice place. And I was doing a play with a friend of mine, also called Josh. Now, Josh was gay. And this worked because the play was actually a kind of history of the gay scene within Derby. So when Josh got cast in that role, he came to me and said, hey Josh, I need to act alongside someone that I trust and that, you know, I get on well with. Do you want to be in the play? And I'm like, oh, yeah, absolutely, fantastic. It was super good fun. So me and Josh got on really well. We were kind of hanging out for a bit, and he made a joke once that I've never forgotten. It was his birthday in a couple of days' time, and he turned to me and went, Josh, I don't know if you know this, but I just need to make you aware, buying Lynx Africa for a gay man is actually a hate crime, so don't do that. And I thought that was just really funny. Oh no, he was incredibly witty, extremely sharp. One of the nicest guys I've worked with. Did he elaborate? He didn't need to. He didn't need to. Like, he said everything he needed to say. I had all the information. He was great. He was absolutely great. My favourite one ever was I was sat in the theatre with the other Josh next to me, and we were watching another actor perform a scene on stage, and the actor wasn't very good, and the director gave them some feedback, and the actor on stage just went into this huge, big, kind of horrible, toxic spiel against the director, just, you know, bigging himself up, proper prima donna behaviour, really kind of ragging on the director. Just, it was cruel. It was absolutely cruel. And then he kind of like minced around the stage is the best way to explain it. And halfway through this really awful thing that was going on, Josh kind of turned to me and went, I'm homosexual, but that is gay. It was just the speed that he said it. I'm like, oh my God, that was amazing. No, honestly, he was one of the best guys to work with. I'll have to catch up with him, actually, recently, see what's going on. Right, here we go. What's going on? We're going to play Broken Sword 1, Shadow of the Templars. I've got Broken Sword 2 running in the background, all right? I'm prepared for the sequel of this, for the absolute sequel. How have you all been this week? You all been good? Playing Broken Sword on the PS1 in the 90s. So, basically, I had a demo disc of this for the PlayStation 1. I think I had the demo disc of Broken Sword 2. You guys remember that one, Broken Sword 2? It was the demo disc on the PS1. There was like a fisherman's wharf kind of level going on, and you had to get past a guy that was cooking beans on a stove. I don't know if you remember that bit of the PlayStation 1 demo for Broken Sword 2, The Smoking Mirror. That's like a really specific moment. Yeah. Okay, so, for anyone who wasn't here last session, beans, you guys remember it? Right, let's just catch up. So, I'm going to go back a couple of pages and just catch up. Nico informs me that Marib is the name of a village in Syria. That was where Klausner was last seen. This assassin must be Khan. He's killing them to stop them from reforging the sword of Baphomet, whatever that might be. Remember, the Templars, the evil underground organization who apparently are descended from the original bankers, are looking for the sword of Baphomet, and they've got a couple of clues as to where it would be, but we have the manuscript, the actual parchment, that shows us the things we need to find it. Okay. Oh, Lady Piermont is the most important character. We all know this. You remember the goat puzzle? All right, no man, we got past the goat puzzle real easily. I'm sorry, but we did. Like, the goat puzzle was just so simple. Anyway, we travelled to Syria in the last stream. Now in Marib, the village revealed by the tripod and the gem, need to start hunting for clues as to what happened to this Klausner guy and the lens he is supposed to have found. The knight in the manuscript isn't holding a crystal ball. It's the lens that Klausner did leave in Marib. But oh no, Khan's here. That's an assassin. We think Khan is a member of the Hashashin or the Assassin's Guild. Khan has been asking about me. According to Ultar, the taxi driver, Klausner asked to go somewhere people call the Bull's Head. I need to check that out. So we travel to the Bull's Head, which is this overlook in kind of like an abandoned area of Syria. This place is wild. Had to get a toilet brush to fix to get a taxi, but I made it to the Bull's Head. Now to look for Klausner, find him and find the lens. But unfortunately, we get trapped in a cave system with the corpse. I think it was the corpse of Klausner, wasn't it? Yeah, we find the lens on Klausner. Although Klausner is dead, I'm going to go the same way unless I find a way out. But then Khan opens the door. Face to face with Khan, the assassin. But this time he tried to kill me. Fortunately, my ninja-like reflexes saved me. We used the buzzer on our hands. Remember the little hand buzzer? We shook his hand, we shocked him when we dived off the cliff. The Latin inscription in the cave is a clue to where the sword of Baphomet is hidden, and we've just returned to Paris in the Montfaucon church. Used the lens in the church and discovered an ancient clue in the windows, the burning of Jacques de Molay and the date, 1314. So that's pretty much where we're up to now. Goat puzzle, it was indeed. The goat puzzle was made easier for the director's cut, which is what I'm playing. Now, as far as Broken Sword 2 goes, I've got the old remaster, but I've not got the new remaster, if that makes sense. It'll make sense. Right, let's carry on going around and travel to... We need to find out about Jacques de Molay, the burning of Jacques de Molay, which happened... Well, that happened here, didn't it? Let's chat to this guy.
You're back.
Oui, I have returned.
So tell me about you, my friend.
Well, I wasn't expecting to see you back here again.
No? Well, it is a strange thing, but I am here on duty.
On duty? But you're just sitting there drinking wine.
No, I am not just drinking wine. I am undercover.
I must be missing something. You're in uniform.
Precisely, monsieur. My cover is that of an indolent, wine-guzzling police officer.
You've got me convinced.
Merci. But in reality, my every muscle is poised, every nerve honed. I am drawn tight, ready to pounce. Pajang!
Who or what were you planning to pizzang on?
You must have heard, monsieur, of the terror that is gripping Paris.
You mean the killings? Oh, at last, someone's taken action.
People die every day. No, I am on the trail of Sieur Jacques.
Who?
Sieur Jacques, the terror of the subterranean city. He pops up here, he pops up there. The cops, they seek him everywhere. Is he so hush or beneath the neck? That damned elusive Sieur Jacques.
Bravo, that's very good.
Merci. I was up half the night writing that.
They have got French police officers down to an absolute T. This isn't even a game, this is a documentary. You'll have whatever he's having, a shitload of wine and being French. That's what he's on right now. Okay, so, have you seen this guy with a scar on his face?
That is not a good idea.
Okay, I guess we're doing our own investigation then. Don't worry about him. Off we go. Let's try and find wherever we need to go to. Right, where could we go? We can't go there. We're at Montfaucon anyway. We could go and have a chat to the dude in the museum and see if he knows anything about the burning of Jacques de Molay. Oh, I'll do Monkey Island, don't you worry about that. Alright, let's chat to this guy. Lobino, he knows what's going on, he's a smart chap.
Hi, André.
Hello, Georgie. Where have you been? Nicole said you were away.
I just returned from Syria.
Syria? On the trail of the Templars?
It's a long story, but I found the bull's head. It was referred to on the manuscript, remember?
Yes, what is it?
A secret cave built into a high cliff face. In the cave, I discovered a map bearing a phrase in Latin. In accidenta cita est in ora mundi.
The island of Britain.
Lies at the edge of the world, to the west.
Strange. That map seems to contain a series of pointers.
Like I said, it's a treasure map.
Well, I guess we're off to Britain then,
Thanks
aren't
for your
we?
help, André.
You're welcome.
Beautiful. I guess we are... Oh yeah, the dialogue in this game, the audio is interesting. It's very interesting. Right, so this is the globe. We can travel around, so we can't... We've been to Ireland. We can't go to Ireland again. We haven't been to the Spain bit yet, the villa. That was where we discovered the sigil of one of the famous families. So let's go and have a chat to the famous family, because we've not talked about those guys too much. So this is Spain. It's very Spanish. And we have to chat to the families about the sigil of the knights that was found in the church, because these guys have some connection to it. At some point. Some connection. What was the grand total of people asking about the voice? My goodness. Too many. Far too many. I mean, I can't even put it on now if I try. It was genuinely a really painful thing to do. The fun. It was fun to present and to be in Liverpool for 2 days, but unfortunately, the bass is just too much to handle. We've got the videos. Yeah, I was extra dramatic, without a doubt. We could do this for the rest of the stream, if we need to. I can just talk for a long time like this. This can work. It's okay. Let's have a chat to the guy spraying water onto the ground. No, it's okay. This is how I normally sound. This is much better, much easier, not straining my vocal cords to do this. Unless you're lucky. In which case, maybe. Maybe later. I'll pull out the jazz emu. George just walks through the water like a Terminator.
Hi, is this the Chalice house?
Who wants to know?
I could tell the old coot was going to be trouble. My name's George Stobart. I was wondering whether...
The house is not open to the public.
This is the Vasconcelos house.
And what business is that of yours, senor?
Look, all I want is to speak to the head of the household.
There is no household. Only the Countess and myself.
Okay, well, I'm on the search of Templar treasure, and it has led me here. So what do you know about the Templars? OMG, I love your YouTube channel. I didn't realize you have a Twitch. For my sins, I do. But thank you very much for watching the YouTube channel. Very much enjoyed that. Why do they have Mexican accents? They're Spanish. Listen, this game was made in 1996. The world was different. It was smaller, all right? Mexico didn't exist back then. It's a very new invention. This is what Spain was back then. Spain was one building. That's all it was. It has expanded as an empire very rapidly. You have to understand this is a very accurate depiction of the world in 1996.
What do you know about the Templars?
Who wants to know?
Are you angling for a bribe or something?
You have nothing that I want, senor, except the pleasure of your absence.
The guy was obviously protecting the Countess against the whole world. But why?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Wilco. You can confirm this is indeed true. This is true. Mexico is only about 4 years old. And it's everything they've done in that time. Very impressive. Very impressive. This guy, tell me about the Countess.
Tell me about the Countess de Vasconcelos.
She doesn't receive guests. That's all you need to know.
You don't even know what I have to talk to her about.
She hasn't won the lottery, has she?
Ooh, has she? Would she need to? She's a countess. Like, would she even care? Has she? Do we say yes or no to this, guys? You get to vote. Question. Has she won the lottery? Yes or no? Do we lie to this trusting Spanish man? Do we? You have to vote right now. Why are you all immediately voting for yes? You're dishonest people. You're all wrong. How would you dare lie? Having a title doesn't mean money. That's very true. There are many people who are asset rich and cash poor, as in they live in massive dilapidated houses. But they still live in a massive house, which is pretty cool. Are we going to deceive him? Ziggy, that's the first thing you've ever written in this chat. Deceive him. Ziggy, are you some kind of devil on the shoulder, just popping into a chat every now and again, just walking and going, you should lie. Tell lies. It's fine. I give permission for you to tell lies. That's okay. He is so Ohio. Oh my God, Scal, you're right. Look at this guy. He's got Ohio Riz. He hasn't got what we've got, which I believe the kids refer to as Skibbity Riz, which is, if anything, better. Yeah. Yeah. No cap. For real, 100 emoji. Right. 51% of you say no. We have not won the lottery. We do not lie.
No, she hasn't won the lottery.
A more cunning man might have claimed that she had.
Oh yeah? They might have, might they?
And that more cunning man would have been kicked off the premises. The Countess doesn't do the lottery.
Okay, brilliant. You know what? I'm just going to walk past you. It's fine.
I'll be going for now.
Adios, senor.
I'm just going to walk over here. See? I mean, can he actually stop you? I mean, could we just walk into the house? Who is this George? Yes, he is. George, he free flights wherever he needs to go. George is secretly a billionaire. Let's just go into the door.
Hey, you.
Yeah? What is it?
You would not like it if people just wandered into your home, would you?
Well, no, I guess not.
Then show a little consideration.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, that's a problem. However, what if I was to somehow play with your hosepipe? Not a euphemism. I'm going to actually play with the hosepipe. Although I'm sure both would get me into the house. That's just...
I didn't like the idea of carrying 30 yards of hose around me, so I left it alone.
God damn it. Well, fine. I'm out of ideas, guys. I'm completely out of ideas. Have you been doing voiceovers for any game trailers lately? I have not, but I would happily do some. I would love to voice act in a game. The problem is, Voice acting is often done via a union, or it's often done via a casting agency, or it's often done via people who pay dues to certain other specific people. So when someone comes and says, hey, we're casting for this game, and I'm like, oh, cool, can I get involved? They're like, no, you've got to be in a specific agency, you've got to have a specific agent, you've got to be with these people, got to be with those people. There is a huge behind-the-scenes amount of paperwork that actually decides who does and doesn't get into games. Sometimes it's not even getting the best person for the role, it's getting the person that has the connections to get the role. There is a reason that you see the same voice actors in almost everything repeatedly. It is because they are both A, very good, and B, very well connected to people. And you normally start off in a smaller role, you meet the right people, you get into a bigger role, you meet the right people. It's networking and nepotism all the way down, guys. All the way down. And I've told my mum and my dad that I am very unhappy with both of them that they were not famous. I sit them down and I'm like, Mum, Dad, what are you doing? Why are you making this difficult for me? Your names are meant to be blue on Wikipedia. Why are they not? How am I meant to succeed in this industry? Am I meant to just turn up and do a good job? Pfft, what a foolish notion. No. Get out of here. Go and get more famous. Become famous people. Then we'll talk. That was pretty much what happens. And yeah, my God. My God. You look like Henry Cavill, and nepotism is a go. No, I look like Henry Cavill from a distance. I'm the kind of person that people run up to and go, oh. That's what it is. Like, I'm remarkably good at setting you up for something impressive and then disappointing you very quickly. That's a soundbite right there. But I stand by my conviction. I'm an honest man. You order Henry Cavill from Wish, I show up. Let's use this tool on the pipe. Okay, well, we're not tooling the pipe then, I guess. That's not happening. Oh, how do we do this? Right, how do we... What's the thing saying? The gardener won't let me into the house. Can I stuff the tissue in the pipe? No. Can I use some plaster of Paris on the window? No.
The hose ran from some sort of utility room all the way to the lawn.
Right, we can't climb up anywhere. There's nothing else I can hang on, guys. We've found something round the front. We've found something. Let's see what we've got. I mean, the pressure cuff could work, because then you inflate the pressure cuff.
The main part of the house was old, but nowhere near as old as the gatehouse section.
Maybe I can climb this without being seen.
The main part of the house...
You can't. I'm going to try the pressure cuff on the hose. Wrap it round it and inflate it. Let's see what happens. What is the current game objective? Right now, get into this manor so we can talk to the Countess about her connection to the Templars from many years ago. Oh, let's see. Let's see. Oh. Okay. We have inflated the pressure hose that was used to take someone's pulse around, and now he is distracted. You are pretty smart, my man.
My hose has stopped.
Yeah?
See, my hose never stops.
Well, I'm sorry to hear it. It's always sad when an old tradition comes to an end.
Did you have anything to do with it?
Well, I'm shocked. I'm mortified. How could you think such a thing?
Very easily, senor. Very easily. I'm going to find out why my hose has stopped. And that means going into the house. You are not, absolutely not, to go in the house. If you do go in the house, I will set the dogs on you.
Look, I understand, but you're obviously old. As you age, your hose may not work the same. Can we climb up here?
The main part of...
Okay, let's just go in the house. Let's just go straight in. Alright, let's go this way. Run, quick, away. Don't go that way, he might spot us. Let's hide. That's the dogs. We don't go that way at all. Quick, hide inside the night. Yeah, stay still, George. You've got this.
Hey, you. I know you are there, American. All right, you dogs. I'm coming.
I'm not here at all. I am but a humble knight. Okay, go. Go. Come on, upstairs, George. Come on, mate. I'm double-clicking. Let's do this. He's a master of disguise. Hello,
Madre
Countess.
Dios, who are you?
My name's George Stobart. I'm sorry to burst in like this.
You must leave at once. You're not wanted here.
Please, if you'd just listen a minute.
Very well. State your business, Senor Stobart.
Templar on the wall.
There's
Templar
been a
shield.
series of murders, part of some conspiracy. Anyway, the trail led me here.
Here? There is nothing for the outside world here.
Over 600 years ago there was.
What do you mean?
This whole thing ties in somehow with the Knights Templar.
The Knights Templar are dust.
They had a secret that was so important, they went to a lot of trouble to hide it.
I do not see what this has to do with my family.
Your family had a strong connection with the Templars, right? I believe that they have planted some clues here.
Why should I believe a complete stranger who barges into my home?
Just let me have a look around. If I find nothing...
You'll be spending the night at the police station. Very well. Please, sit down.
600 years ago, the Templars hid something here, and by the looks of you, you were around at that time. So, what can you tell me about what happened 600 years ago? I mean, look at that face. She's seen things. She's done things. You don't want to know what kind of things, but my God. Okay, so are we going to play chess with this old lady? I kind of want to play chess with her. I know that, obviously, I can't have a nemesis in real life, but I am deeply saddened every day that I will never get to sit down in a grand ballroom and slowly play chess against somebody who wants me dead. I just think there's a beauty in that. Maybe that's my, cinematic brain just wanting something dramatic in life, but how many of us would like to one day walk in to a grand open hall, sit down and just slowly play chess against somebody who, is dangerous? We'd do that, wouldn't we? We can start a GoFundMe for an assassin. I'd do that. Yeah, can you imagine that? Phoning a hitman. Who's the target? I am, but first we must play chess. That's a bit too nerdy. Magic the Gathering, make it that. I like that idea. You walk in, you stride, you sit down, marble floors, beautiful, opulent walls. You sit down, they look at you, you look at them, you go, swamp, go. They draw a card, they go, island, go. And you're like, well, no, if you're playing blue, I'm not doing this. All right? You've ruined it. You've ruined a good thing. And then you leave, because clearly you're not going to play against someone who's playing blue. Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! We can get on board with that. Yeah. We can play chess. Checkers. Snakes and ladders. That's what we should play instead. Snakes and ladders. Okay, here we go. What do you know about the Knights Templar?
I know your family is involved with the Templars, but I don't know how.
You should be asking how my family were involved, Senor Stobart. The Templars ceased to exist centuries ago, and as for the De Vasconcelos, the line dies with me.
I'm sorry.
Don't be.
Yeah, well, got some good choices of games in the chat for who you'd play with someone who's coming to kill you. You could walk up to him and say, we're going to play the most dangerous game. Knife Monopoly. You think Monopoly is bad with your family? Wait till you're playing it with someone you don't like and there's a knife involved. Landing on free parking is genuinely deadly at that point. It really is. Can we just take a second to discuss the rules of Monopoly? I understand this is a tangent from where the game is, and I get that right now we're playing a 1996 point-and-click adventure game about the Templars, so a tangent is quite far away from anything based on video games. People often come up to me and say, Josh, why do you play these kind of games on Twitch? Aren't you meant to be good at video games or a good video game reviewer, content creator? I'm like, silence, we're going to play a point-and-click adventure game. The rules of Monopoly. Listen, I like Monopoly when it is played properly. That was not meant to be a rhyme, but I'm going to go with it. People are like, oh, don't worry, you can borrow from the bank. No, shut up, you can't. Oh, don't worry, I'll lend you 10 quid, I'll lend you 20 quid. No, you're extending the game for no reason. Don't do that. Oh, all the money for this goes on free parking, and who lands on free parking gets it. No, wrong. That's never been part of the rules. You land on a square. If you don't buy it, it goes up for auction. The person that pays the most at auction gets it. It can be you. You can join your own auction. That's allowed. So if you know that nobody else has got money, you can decline to buy it and then join your own auction. That's okay. What you cannot do, it's very important, you cannot, when you've got the little supply of green houses and the supply of red hotels, you cannot add more houses into that supply. You cannot use things as a proxy for a house. So, once you own 4 or 5 properties and you have built houses on them, do not build hotels. Because the moment you build hotels, those 4 houses that were on the square before it becomes a hotel, they go back into the supply of houses. You actually win if you have a monopoly on the housing market, not the hotel market. And if you own, I think it's at least 16 or 17 houses, nobody else can build hotels. So then you win via a war of attrition based on just random chance. Nothing else. That is what you do. You buy everything you possibly can. You build houses on it, and then you wait. You don't mortgage them. It's never a good idea. If somebody wants to sell you a house mortgaged, you can make sure that you get way more than market value for it by paying under and then remortgaging it immediately. How can I apply this to real life? It's very easy. First of all, be born rich. Okay? That's how Batman solved his problems. Think about it. Batman's very rarely wrong. How did he solve problems? He was born to billionaire parents. If you haven't done that, that's a skill issue. That's on you, okay? If you're not born rich, it's kind of over for you, really. I'm going to be real. That's kind of it. Like, it's very much step 1. If that doesn't happen, you're starting so far behind that even if you caught up, you would still be far behind. Pretty much life is like an RNG thing, and if you fucked up in the character creation, you really, really messed up. But if you chose the wrong kind of beginning for your character, provided you spent an absolute age within the character creation to make your character look attractive, you've still got a chance there. You've still got a chance, but again, then it's mostly luck. If you've maxed out your luck stat, fantastic. Life has... Can we reset? No. No, you can't. No. There is a way to respawn, but I think it's limited to extremely high-level players within certain priest classes. Apparently. I've been told that you can do that, but I've never actually seen somebody do it. No. Apparently there was a guy who did it thousands of years ago, but we think he just lagged in a cave for 3 days. That was about it. That wasn't actually what happened. Yeah, Tinder is an MMORPG. It's an online role-playing game where you have to role-play as somebody attractive. That's what it is. There's a riding skill if you're really good at it. So, are you no longer involved with the Templars?
Okay, whatever happened almost 700 years ago. So, if the Templars left any clues, they're going to be in stuff that dates back to the early 14th century.
Obviously.
So, what do you have around here that's early medieval?
Early medieval. Let me think. Well, the house is relatively modern, a scant 3 centuries old. Or, of course, the chess set.
That chess set is over 600 years old? It must be worth a fortune.
Indeed it is. Not that I would part with it, of course.
No, I wouldn't either. That's the sort of thing that gets handed down to your children. Sorry.
Its value is less than you might think. The set is not complete. One of the pieces is a modern replacement. As to the original, it was lost a long time ago.
Nobody has any idea where it is?
No. The children had it when they were taken.
Children? What children?
All in good time, Senor Stobart.
Yeah. The plot. There we go, yeah, that's it. Some of you thought I was going to say thickens, but no, the plot just... It doesn't, actually. They were like, ooh, what happens? No, the plot didn't thicken. The plot got teased there. There was a little bit of teasing. The plot is. That's what happens right there. Let's just catch up with the chat. I'm glad everyone's still here for us. I'm glad we're going to get back into Monopoly. Big love from the Midlands. Big up from the Midlands. The South hate us, the North hate us, but we're fine with both of those things. That's okay. Love me some Midlands action. So yeah, she seems cool so far. She seems great. We can get the chess piece back. I like how she says this house is only 300 years old. Only 300 years old. there's countries not as old as that. That's incredible. That's fantastic. And she's been there the entire time. It is the MMO man. Hello, Mr. MMO man. Hello to you too, Tess. Hopefully you are having a lovely day. How are things, Tessa? How are things with you? But as to my Tinder joke earlier, yes, Tinder does have a riding skill, obviously. The point of succeeding at Tinder is just to level up your riding skill. RuneScape does not have a riding skill. I think that's pretty self-explanatory as to why. Right, so tell me about this chess set.
May I examine the chess set?
Certainly. But do not move any of the pieces.
Okay, thanks. Close up, the modern piece stood out like a sore thumb. There was something else odd about the set. All of the original pieces had irregular bases.
My lady, I have to warn you, there's a...
It's him.
You! Why, I'll feed you to the dogs.
Lopez, what have I told you about feeding intruders to the dogs?
But, my lady...
Never without my permission. Senor Stobart, if I find that you're wasting my time, you will be fed to the dogs. Now, I want to show you something interesting. Follow me.
Oh, hello. What's going on here? Yes, Igor. Open the door.
Lopez, unlock the door, por favor.
It's the way he walked. I was getting kind of an Igor vibe.
This is the only remaining structure on the estate contemporary with the Templars.
Nice. What is it, a summer house?
A mausoleum, Senor Stobart.
Get your head in the game, George.
Come
Come on.
me.
Head in the game, man. Of course it's not a summer house. No windows.
Senor,
Yeah?
I do not know what you have told my lady to be shown these favors, but I do not trust you.
You've got nothing to worry about. Aren't you coming in?
Can I turn
No,
up my
the
microphone
dead do
volume?
not interest me. My garden is a living thing. I will be there.
I can, or I can just lean closer and talk louder. That works too.
Wow, this is old.
It was constructed in the 13th century as the final resting place for the De Vasconcelos Templars.
It's well maintained.
These are my ancestors, and they deserve respect. I come here at least once a week to say a prayer for them.
Mind if I have a look around?
By all means.
All right, I'm seeing a stick. I'm seeing a window. I'm seeing some stuff. It looks like Lobino was right. The De Vasconcelos family was heavily involved with the Templars. The Countess's chessboard dates back to the era as well. There's something odd about the chest... There's something odd about the chess pieces. There's nothing odd about the chest pieces. They're where you would expect for a 600-year-old person. Right, I'm going to poke this with a stick. Sorry, I know these are your ancestors and everything, but I'm just going to do a little bit of poking around.
Now what? There was nothing to snuff. Feeling like an idiot, I put it down again.
George, the window. Head in the game, man. Come on.
I couldn't climb up there without breaking something.
Oh, George, you're killing me here, man.
Hanging from the ceiling was a huge yellowed candle. It looked really old and had never been lit.
Yeah, it has. You can see there's wax dripping down. You can see the dripping of the wax. Of course it's been lit.
On removing the Bible, I found a pattern on the lectern top. Hey! It's a checkerboard! Close up, I could see that the pattern was made up of glass squares over a checkerboard pattern.
Right, there is no way that she has not noticed this.
Close up, over a
Yeah, so look at it. What's this?
A big statuette of the Virgin Mary kept an eye on the place.
There's clearly going to be something to do with the checkerboard pattern and the chess set inside, and the fact that she has not worked that out in years worries me.
The mausoleum contained 5 tombs for 5 of the Knights Templar, man-size in marble.
Hi Josh, first timer here. How come the only thing you do is grave rob, inspect bosoms and lie when streaming? Because it's taken me many years, but I've been able to set up my best life. So I can't help that I'm living the dream. Sorry, man. Someone once said to me, Josh, what do you want to do when you grow up? And I said, grave rob, inspect bosoms and lie. And here we are, many years later. I am living proof that if you just believe in yourself enough, you can possibly just completely luck your way into a Twitch career. It's just my build. I'm sorry, man. If you're not doing that, sounds like a skill issue to me.
May I ask you something?
You may ask.
Have you noticed that there's a chessboard pattern on the thing over there?
What's the story with the glass chessboard?
Glass chessboard. Oh, the pattern on the lectern. Purely decorative, I'm sure.
There are pieces of glass missing from it.
Oh, it has been like that since I was a girl.
Yeah, so why don't we put them back? What? How? How have you been this dense the whole time? Tell me about the tombs.
Who exactly are these people?
My ancestors. These 5 men were all members of the Templars.
5 ancestors in the order. You must be very proud.
Not 5. 6.
Where's the 6th knight?
He was lost to us.
You lost an ancestor?
It is a family matter. It can have no relevance.
Well, it's connected with the curse of the Chalice, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I hope you will honor my desire not to talk about it.
Okay, well, I'll leave it for now.
But we will return to this. Because there is somebody out there who is clearly your ancestor. And they... Could they be... the Assassin Khan? They might be. They might be. Right, tell me about the missing chess piece.
Is the Virgin Mary really the right person to be sharing a mausoleum with 5 knights?
You are showing your ignorance, Senor Stobart. The Templars were dedicated to the Virgin Mary.
The ancestors was the French police. The ancestor was the mime from the start. Oh no, maybe they really were French. We'll go and check the British Museum. It seems like they might... That sounds like the kind of thing that we would have done. I'm just saying, you know, a British person would have rolled through a lovely Spanish manor and gone, I'm taking that. I know this is like that's mine. That's mine now. The British Museum is just a big example of things we've looted over the past. Right, we're going to go there soon, don't you worry. Let's talk about the chessboard some more.
The gaps in the glass chessboard look awfully deliberate.
No, it is ridiculous. What possible significance can it have?
It's part of a chessboard, and the gaps are for...
Senor Stobart, you cannot mean...
This place was built for the Templars. Your chess set is as old as the Templars. It's kind of suggestive, isn't it?
It is kind of suggestive. It's very suggestive, George, without a doubt. I mean, it's very suggestive. Romantic, if anything. Virgin Mary, chess, 5 Templars. While you were out partying, I was studying the chess set.
I think this must be it. This is what the manuscript is pointing to.
This is extraordinary.
It's amazing you've not figured this out. I'm stunned.
Am I to understand that the Templars left a puzzle here? And in all of this time we failed to realize that there was a puzzle?
It was wonderful to watch the Countess change before my eyes.
Right. Well, no time for wallowing in self-pity, eh, Senor Stobart? This mystery has had a good long run, but it ends here and now.
All those years of fatalism were falling away from her.
Lopez! Lopez! Put that hose down and listen!
Yeah, Lopez.
Go to the house and get my chess set. Yes, the old chess set!
Do it. Come
now,
on, Lopez.
hurry! This is exciting, is it not?
Don't get too excited. This could be a blind alley.
Oh, I do not believe that for a moment.
It's good to see you happy.
Happy? You know, I think I am.
People in the chat saying, instead of being on Throne and Liberty, we're on this. Yeah, this is a classic. I mean, if Throne and Liberty is still relevant in, what, 30 years? Then yeah, I'll jump back and play that. But right now, we're playing the classics. Yes, all of this talk about Templars, I'm pretty sure this game inspired the Da Vinci Code, without a doubt. Because this game is good, and the Da Vinci Code was inspired by it. That's pretty much what it is. Yeah. That's what it is. So far, we've managed to rizz up 2 old ladies and 0 French girls. Look, boss. Yes. Yes, that's what's happened so far. George, with his American riz, has so far been able to attract an elderly British lady, who, I'm going to be real, Lady Piermont was way out of George's league. Without a doubt. You know, personality alone. Without even talking about the bosoms, and don't get me started on the lies, but personality alone, she was out of George's league, let's be real. We punched above our weight with that one. And this old Spanish lady, without a doubt, yeah, George can do that. As for Nico, I don't think that George and Nico are even playing the same game. Never mind being in the same league as each other, alright? Nico, fantastic. George, very American, without a doubt. Let's see what we can keep going. So, what do you know about the Templars now? What would they have hidden here, if anything?
While we're waiting, I'd really like to know what happened here. I mean, the curse and everything?
It all began at the time of the dissolution of the Templars. Don Carlos had already left their ranks to become a scholar.
Don Carlos, is he the guy who went missing?
Si, but he had reckoned without the local bishop. Their bishop envied us our lands and determined to use the papal edict as an excuse to destroy us. Don Carlos was on one of his scholarly journeys when the Inquisition arrived. When Don Carlos returned, it was to find his loyal manservant slain and his children gone.
They took the kids? But why?
Oh, we will never know. The bishop denied all knowledge of the children's disappearance. But witnesses had seen his men kill the servant who had been charged to protect them.
What happened to Don Carlos?
He swore he'd find his children if he had to go to the edge of the world. He put on his armor and took up his sword and shield and rode out alone. He was never seen again.
Gone, Carlos.
Lopez, you have the pieces.
Si, my lady, as you asked.
Por favor, Senor Stobart, would you be so kind?
My lady.
Calm yourself, Lopez. I believe Senor Stobart's motives are pure.
Very well, my lady. My lady seems to trust you.
But you don't.
No, senor.
Thankfully, you don't need to.
It fits, Senor Stobart. It fits.
Working quickly, I found which pieces went into which holes.
I've been there. Oh, chess. Right, come on. No, head in the game. Focus. Yes, I also do completely agree. But we're chatting. Yeah, every single voice line in this game has been recorded on a different microphone, in a different country, under different weather conditions, with, you know, a different actor. It's insane. It all sounds completely different. Right. Now, none of these go in the square hole. Each chess piece must be placed into its corresponding hole. Click on an unplaced chess piece, and it will turn to reveal a pattern on its base. Likewise, click on any hole in the board, and it will show a pattern. Each chess piece must be dragged onto the hole of its corresponding pattern. To do this, drag them onto the chessboard. If you try to put a piece in the wrong hole, it will jump back to the side. Okay, so in theory, we could brute force this. We could just drag every piece to every hole and see what happens. Right, hang on. We're just playing Simon Says. Red, blue, green, black. So, that's that. Okay, and if we put something in the wrong one, can we just... This is easy. We can just brute force the entire thing. Okay, let's try this. Red, black, green. Oh my god. Oh my god, come on! Green, blue, red. No, that one. This is thrilling. Can you imagine being a Templar and organising this? Red, green, blue. Templars were clever people. Clever people, without a doubt. Blue, red, green. Blue, yellow, red. There we go. Solved it. How clever am I? How can holes have a pattern? Don't question the Templars.
With the red pieces in place, the square bases fit onto the white pieces. I just had to figure out where to place them.
Okay. So, we must now place the white pieces somewhere. Any specific way that we must place the white pieces? Did they go in the middle row? Because this middle row looks like it's kind of... Okay, so it has to go in the middle row somewhere. But do we have to place it in like a winning combination? A losing combination? I mean, would it be checkmate? Do we place them in check? Do we place the enemy into checkmate? I mean, if we're placing the enemy into checkmate, then it would probably be something like that. That would need to go down there, maybe? Okay, can this go on? Right, it's got to be in the middle then. Do we just... Trying to work out exactly how it wants me to place these things. Are we checking the red king, which would be that one just there? Right, if we're checking the red king, then it's going to be... possibly like that. Maybe like that. Because now that's in check from those two. King, bishop, knight. Okay, cool. King, bishop, and knight. My king can't be in check. It currently isn't. It currently isn't. You want to say king, bishop, knight. That puts all the pressure on this square. No, it doesn't. It's king, knight, bishop. That is all the pressure on that square. Maybe you build a row with each of them in a way they could while playing chess. Bishop top, knight center. Okay. Okay. Bishop top. Knight center. Nope, that's bad. That doesn't work. I think the white king cannot also be in check. So where can the white king go that means it's not in check? To me, the only place the white king can go not in check is there.
Bingo! I mean, checkmate.
Cool.
Senor Stobart, look!
What is that? It's not the Holy Grail, is it?
No, Senor Stobart. It is the communion chalice of the de Vasconcelos. Missing for almost 700 years.
Wow! Well, go on.
I cannot. I can hardly believe it is real.
Go ahead. Live a little.
Are you sure? This is your moment of triumph, Senor Stobart.
Sure, I'm sure.
I swear to God if she drops it.
The possibility of death traps only occurred to me a few days later.
She hasn't got long left anyway, it's fine.
I solved another puzzle.
You did?
Well, I guess I did.
Well, what was it? What's the answer?
1314.
What does that mean?
It was the date when Jacques de Molay was burned, wasn't it?
Of course.
The answer was hidden in a stained glass window. When I looked through the lens, the picture changed. It became a man surrounded by flames.
It seems to me the answers to the Templar puzzles are as cryptic as the clues. Sometimes I wonder if the manuscript isn't an elaborate joke.
The Knights Templar weren't the kind of people to play jokes, were they?
Nico, your French accent has got much more French in the last, between the last stream and this stream. You have clearly been doing nothing but eating baguettes, watching mimes, and travelling around on some kind of unicycle. You are incredibly French right now. Like, aggressively so. There's nothing wrong with that, but in many other ways there is, okay? But no, she right now aggressively French, without a doubt. Yeah, what's the next thing on the manuscript?
Let's take another look at the manuscript.
Right. The bull's head with the gem. We've solved this one.
There's a guy with a sword and a bull. Between them is a gem supported by a tripod.
That got us to Syria, the bull's head, and we found the place of going to Britain. This we've already found, the lens.
A knight with a crystal ball. The knight's scroll bears a phrase in Latin. Through my teachings, you will be enlightened.
We've already used that. We've found the guy, he's on fire. We haven't found this one yet.
There's a woman looking at her reflection in a mirror, but the reflection has 3 hideous faces.
Okay, and we haven't found this one yet either.
There's a guy working on a loom.
Alright, cool.
Look there, 2 guys on the same horse.
Brilliant. Do you want this cup?
This is the chalice I discovered in Spain.
George, how could you take that?
I still can't figure out why the Countess gave it to you. After losing it for all those years, she simply gave it away to a total stranger. She's one prawn short of a paella.
The Countess is a fine lady. You shouldn't compare her with seafood.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's something going on between you and that Countess.
Are you serious? She's old enough to be my grandmother.
And yet, Nico, you were George fancied Nico at the start, and Nico was like, no, I'm going to go off with Lobino because we've got history there. And then George was like, all right, cool. Old ladies are my thing now. But that's not a sound clip for me. That's a sound clip for the game. I need to be careful what I say when you guys are watching this because, my God, things get clipped. Right, what do we do now? Where's Khan?
Do you want this photograph back?
No, you keep it. I can always make another print.
Right, where now? Where now? You know what? Maybe we just go to England.
I'd better get back to the quest.
Let's go and show Lobino that we've got this as well. Hang on. Ooh, here we go. Some stuff. Guess I've promised the Countess I'll try to find out what happened to Don Carlos. I'm sure that everything is related in some way. So I've got a chalice. Now it's time to follow that lead from Ireland and explore Montfaucon further. So I guess we're going back to Montfaucon. Maybe we can pop inside, see what's going on. Oh, hang on, was there a thing down... Oh, hang on. There was something in the sewers, wasn't there? There was something in the sewers.
I couldn't open it with my bare hands.
That's fine, I've got a sewer thing I can use. Yeah.
Hey, you! What do you think you are doing? Leave that cover alone. Now.
Oh, God
Sorry,
damn it.
no harm intended.
You...
Okay, you know what, fine. Let's go into the church first. I don't want to have to get rid of him if we don't need to. Let's pop into the church, see what's going on. Is there, like, a cup holder? And by that, I mean, is there somewhere where I can put the cup and it makes some kind of button happen? Not, did the Templars install a cup holder 700 years ago? They may have done, you don't know. But, there's a hairline crack on this statue. So let's go and examine the statue's crack. Stop it.
On the end of the staff was some kind of disc with a cross on it. Around the base of the disc was a hairline crack.
So let's use the thing on the crack. He has no idea. Okay, cool, he's not sure. Right, what's the best idea? I have the chalice from Spain. What should I do? Let's just show it to this guy. Be like, hey, check this out.
Hello again, Father.
Bonjour, monsieur. How pleasant to speak to you again.
What do you make of this chalice?
It certainly looks very old.
About as old as this church, I think.
There seems to be an engraving on it.
Yeah? What does it say?
I do not know. It is very tarnished. With your permission, I could try polishing it. I promise I will be very careful.
I mean, if I had $1 every time a priest said that to me, I'd almost be as rich as the tax-avoiding church.
That'd be very good of you.
This shouldn't take very long. Feel free to look around.
Okay, thanks.
Alright, so we're just going to watch him. He's just got a rag. He's going to polish that chalice. My God. And George was happy, without a doubt. Alright, Father, I think that's quite enough action for today.
Hey, thanks.
It is my pleasure, monsieur.
What was the writing on the chalice?
It was not writing, my mistake. It was a coat of arms. The remarkable thing is that it seems very familiar.
Yeah?
Oui, I think I have seen it on that wall tomb in the far corner. That winged horse is quite distinctive.
Well, let's go and have a chat with the winged
Catch
horse
you
then.
later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
See this guy over here. Why does the priest speak so sensually? Alright.
Now that my attention had been drawn to it, there was no mistake. There was no name on it. But the coat of arms was undeniably the Pegasus of the De Vasconcelos family. I'd found the last resting place of Don Carlos. My eye was drawn to the biblical references carved into the edge of the tomb. Hey, maybe these biblical references mean something.
Oh, good, another puzzle. Why does he speak so sensually? He's a man of God, and he's got to make you say, oh God, somehow. A jumble of letters are carved into the side of the knight's tomb. You must look for and highlight a number of biblical verse references, comprised of the name of a book, followed by the chapter and verse in Latin numerals. So, for example, Luke chapter 8 verse 2 would be displayed as Luke 8 plus 2. You must find and highlight all the verse references. Highlight the full verse reference and the letters will stay lit. Otherwise the letters will fade. George will read the verse references once they are all highlighted. Oh, good. It's a good thing that I know the whole Bible. Just off by heart. Okay, so Psalms. Come on. Psalms is definitely one of them. I read that in school, you know, give me oil in my lamp and all that. Jesus bangers, without a doubt. Right, what are we going to do? I mean, we all know that. Give me oil in my lamp, keep me burning, you know? I was cold, I was naked, were you there, were you there? We know, sing Hosanna. We all did that. I mean, I suppose when you look back at it, it's quite culty, but we all did that. All the British school kids sat cross-legged on the floor, belting out some hymns in the morning. If you were really responsible, you got to use the overhead projector. You know, there was one at the front of the hall, and there was like those see-through transparent sheets that someone would be there to take things off and put them back on. It was a huge position of responsibility, being the person who ran the overhead projector. And my God, if you put that sheet on upside down, everyone would laugh at you. Everyone. Now, I went to a relatively kind of small primary school in the middle of the countryside. So the teachers would walk out and they would go, "Good morning, students." And you would all go, "Good morning, Mr. And you had to be the one that just kept that syllable going for the end. You know? If they ever said yes in a school assembly, it was always yes. You were king. And then if there was ever a round of applause, there'd always be the round of applause would stop, and then you got the last clap in. And if you were in year 6, you got to sit on the wooden benches at the back of the hall. Remember that? The benches that were used during gym class when they got the thing out. The magical thing. Who remembers the apparatus? Not many people get to use it nowadays. Not many people got to use it back then. But remember the days when in PE you would walk into the hall and they would have the apparatus out. It was bolted to the wall, and it swung out into the room, and was then bolted into the floor. There is even a subreddit called The Apparatus, which is all about that. Oh my god, I remember that. Okay, cool. Right, let's do this. Come on. So, Corinthians 1:4. So, I'm trying to work out what I need to highlight. Corinthians. That's in the Bible. Corinthians 1:4 plus 5.
Corinthians 14:5. Not much to go on, but it must have meant something. If I examine the tomb more closely, there might be other clues to find.
Okay, cool. Psalms thingy plus thingy.
Psalms 22:21.
Okay, cool. We got Psalm. I'm getting this. I'm getting this. Majorum. Is Majorum a thing? No, definitely not a thing. Shorabilis? Nope, Psalms.
Psalms 32:7. The numbers referred to a chapter and a verse in the Bible.
And, I mean, who else? Where else is going to be there? Monday? I don't think Monday was a thing. Monday definitely wasn't. Carpe? You Carpe in that DM? Clearly you're not. Annuit coeptus is, I'm pretty sure, a word. Annuit coeptus is definitely a word. Plus that. Plus that. Rex Mundi? No. Check. Oh my god, there's verticals! Are there verticals as well? I swear to god if there actually are. Because we get to check the anus. It's not in the anus, guys. We tried. We tried. We really delved into the anus, but it wasn't there. Right, what else have we got? What about the ribulis? It wasn't the ribulis. Because it's something, and then a colon, and then something else. Majorum... thingy. Majorum... It's got to be the last kind of column thing here. Where else is it going to be? It is there. Big Anus just doesn't want you to know. Maybe it's a Nuit Coeptus. A. Maybe it's just A. Down right. John, down right. Oh. Oh, hang on. John
4:11. There were no more references to find, but a series of Roman numerals ran around the plaque. I made a note in case they meant something.
That was a difficult puzzle.
32:7. John 4:11. Corinthians 1:4-5. And just one more. Psalms 22:21. I may not be perfect, but I've got a memory like a steel trap. The Chalice had led me to these inscriptions, but it looked like a happy coincidence to me. After all, the De Vasconcelos arms were already on the manuscript. Nope, I was still convinced that the Chalice had some significance all of its own.
Okay, so was it like... what? Okay. Around the outside of the inscriptions were the numerals 14 and 27 at the top. 6 and that number to the left, 3 and 1 on the right, and 17, 12, 25 along the bottom. Right, okay, cool. So, a couple of things. Let's ask the priest. Let's chat to the priest. He knows what's going on.
Hello again, Father.
Bonjour, monsieur. How pleasant to speak to you again.
Bye.
Catch you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
That was it. That's all we need to do. So, what now? I am sure that I know all I can about the Vasconcelos family and the curse. The curse of the Vasconcelos family. Right, let's go. I hate to say this, but we need to go and speak to somebody French. I think we need to chat to Lobino. about this, because Lobino is... he's an expert on this kind of stuff. Let's go and chat. Yeah, and I'm sad about this as well. Don't worry. We're all a bit sad here. Father, why is the anus not in the Bible? Oh, we could have asked him. We could have done.
Hi, Andre.
Hello, Georgie.
So, yeah, basically, the Da Vinci Code was heavily inspired by Broken Sword. Andre, what can you tell me about three faces looking back into a reflection?
While I was in Syria, I discovered a strange pagan statue. It was like a head with three bearded faces. Horrible.
That sounds as if it could be Baphomet, the idol described by the Templars.
The poor Knights of Christ had an idol that looked like that?
Allegedly. The description of the idol came from the evidence extracted by the Inquisition. Mind you, not one statue or idol was ever found on Templar property. Until now, that is. Just last month, a statue of Baphomet was unearthed right here in Paris.
Where?
At the Institut Hermétique de Nerval. The statue is beneath the foundations. It was discovered by some workmen while renovating the building.
Can you tell me any more about the statue of Baphomet?
It's a fearful image, even now. A bearded head. The base of the statue is carved with Templar symbols. One of the workmen noticed a curious stain at the base. He claimed it looked like blood.
Blood?
That's right.
Let's go and have a look then.
Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.
Oh, I hate to admit it, but he's very useful. And aggressively French. Right, where's this place? The Site de Baphomet. Yeah. So, I've got a friend, a French streamer. And actually, I messaged her a few days ago saying, hey, just that you want to know, I'm playing Broken Sword. So, spiritually, I'm in France. And she replied, saying, I have no idea what that is. Looked at the translation. Apparently, in French, this game is called The Sword of Baphomet. Right. Right, let's just go inside then, shall we? Should be easy enough. Oh, we actually can, straight away. That's really easy. Can I just walk through the door?
I couldn't get to the door while the guard was there.
Not a problem. Let me just chat to the guard. No, French streamer, girl called Natalie. She's lovely. She's really nice.
Hi? Excuse me?
Oui?
Oh no. He's French as well.
So, what exactly are you doing here?
I'm guarding. You expect to find me shearing sheep?
Take it easy. I just didn't realize you were a guard.
That's awesome. Didn't realize the French had internet. They've got everything these days, you know. Went over there. Only a few horse and carts. They've got internet. They've got running water. The wine's quite good. They're doing all right.
I'd like to know what you're guarding, please.
That's a secret.
It wouldn't happen to be an archaeological site, would it?
Are you asking me or telling me?
I'm telling you.
Then why ask?
I had a feeling this was no normal hole in the ground.
Do the French have inside toilets? No, not yet. They're still working on those. The two things they're struggling with, I think, are inside plumbing and a sense of humour. Once they get both of those, you know, it's no stopping them once that happens. But until then, it's very much a kind of uphill battle.
What do you know about the Knights Templar? There was a long pause during which the guard said nothing. Then he said,
Nothing.
Nothing at all?
Is this a test?
What, like a history pop test?
No, like a test.
Okay, yes, it's a test.
Then I know absolutely nothing about the Templars.
Okay. I am an electrician.
Do you recognize this name?
Merlin. No?
Okay, George, not the angle I was going to go for there, but let's keep going. Let's keep pushing into this guy. He might know something. It was a test. We were like, we should have said, yes, we are a Templar. Let us in, please, into your secret club.
The guard was being amazingly evasive. It was going to take more than goodwill to get past him.
Could we shoot him? No, haven't got a gun. Could I... What do you make of this plaster of Paris?
I got this plaster from Ireland.
Not an exciting souvenir.
You have no idea the story behind this. Have you seen this man?
Have you seen this man before?
Oh,
You have.
no.
What do you make of this tool?
This gadget is a sewer key.
So it is.
He's very impressed. What do you make of this 700-year-old biblical chalice?
I thought better of showing him the chalice. He might be on the conspiracy's payroll, and I didn't want to risk it.
Oui? You have...
A sudden urge to sing. Care to join me?
No, no singing in here.
You're not allowed. It's illegal in France. You'll get shot. You can't do it. Oh, man. I used to know a French guy, actually, who always wore sandals everywhere he went, even on, like, stone floors. His name was Philippe Fallope. I'm going to give you a minute to laugh at that. You don't boo me. There are other streams. You don't need to be here. There are other streams on Twitch. Probably not playing this game, but right. Let's look at this tissue.
Look, a tissue stained with grease paint.
Ah, just what I've always wanted. If you give me that, you can enter through the door.
Really?
Of course not. What would I want with an old tissue?
Where is your accent from? I'm not going to shake his hand, but I'm going to see what happens if you try.
Maybe not.
Okay, cool. So
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
We can't go in there. What if I were to turn off the electricity?
Do you mind if I use the phone?
Be my guest. I'm paid to guard this door. The phone can look after itself.
Oh yeah, this is before cell phones were a thing.
Nico?
Josh, what have you discovered?
Nothing yet.
Nothing. Is something wrong?
No.
Josh, why are you calling me?
Oh, no reason. I just wanted to hear your voice.
You did? Well, this is my voice saying, don't bother me, I'm busy.
Oh.
I like her. I think she's a straight shooter. That's great. Rejected, no riz. That was Ohio right there. George, I'm going to require you to be a lot more Raven. What's through this door?
There was a closed door with toilet scratched into the cheap veneer.
That door's locked, monsieur.
All right, so what about down here? What's in this place?
The doorway led to an old utility closet that had lost its door. There was nothing interesting in there.
What about this minecart shaft that I could just jump in?
I couldn't see any use for a collection of dirt and half bricks.
That's because you've not got a vision, George. You've not got a vision. Okay, let's chat to this guy. Maybe he's got some answers for us. He looks like a man who knows things.
Excuse me, could you help me?
What is it?
I've got a few questions.
Do you know anything about the Knights Templar?
What does the word Templar suggest to you?
Templar?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Okay, tell me about you. What are you doing?
You're doing a fine job.
Merci. I have my professional pride.
I don't think I've ever seen a Gauloise smoked so stylishly.
It's a natural talent.
I'm being sarcastic.
I'm being indifferent.
You're very good at that as well.
Merci. Vive l'indifférence.
The writing in this game is fantastic. He is very French, but he also knows it, so I think he's okay with that.
So, what are you doing here?
I am having my break.
Yeah, I mean when you finish your break.
When I finish my break? An interesting concept, monsieur.
You'll probably need to think about it.
I could have another cigarette while I consider. Perhaps tomorrow too?
He is aggressively French.
Okay, let me put things differently. What were you hired to do here?
I was hired to keep the archaeological dig in the basement of this building clear of debris, and to touch up damage to the door frames with my little pot of paint. It's a very responsible job. Unfortunately, I'm not a very responsible person.
Well, you can't fault him for being honest. Like, he's very direct. Like, I feel I'm going to get somewhere with this guy. I like this guy. Have you ever been to Ireland?
So what do you know about the excavation?
I know they won't let me in to do my job. I would complain to my union, but
You couldn't be bothered to join.
Right. Tell you what, though, I'm surprised at the sort of people interested in this excavation.
So, I mean, what kind of people?
What's unusual about the visitors to the excavation?
None of them look like archaeologists to me.
Do you know what an archaeologist looks like?
Three-piece suits, crocodile-eyed attaché cases, Rolex oyster.
But no archaeologist dresses like that.
Quite right, monsieur, quite right.
So, who are they?
Who cares as long as they pay me?
That's fair. What do you make of this 700-year-old chalice?
Have you ever seen anything like this?
Yes, it's a communion chalice. I know, you know, I used to be an altar boy.
You?
Yes, me. What's so funny about that?
Nothing.
Check out this plaster of Paris. I got it from Ireland.
I have some plaster of Paris.
Amazing.
Have you seen this man?
Have you seen this man before?
Yes, he asked me a lot of questions, just like you.
Okay, well, I'm an electrician.
Has a guy calling himself Merlin been nosing around?
Was he wearing a t-shirt with "My name is Merlin" on it?
I doubt it.
Then how the hell am I supposed to know his name just by looking at him? Huh?
This is the only guy in the game who just doesn't care. I love him. He's brilliant. He's like, I'm just doing my job. I'm going to clock in, I'm going to do my job, and I'm going to clock out. That's what I'm going to... He is. This dude, I feel that it would be easy to be friends with him, because even if he disagrees with you, he will just walk up, tell you he disagrees with you, and then sit there just chilling out. There's no ambiguity with this guy. Would you like a tissue covered in grease paint?
A greasy tissue. Don't get it too close to my cigarette, monsieur, or there'll be a conflagration.
There will. This is a tool used to open sewers.
I've got a sewer key.
I used to work in the sewer.
Oh? What happened?
I had a cigarette break in a pocket of methane. A manhole cover landed on the other side of the Seine and I was sacked.
That's fair. What do you make about this hand buzzer that I've got?
I was pretty sure the Shaken Shock had shot its bolt in Syria.
Right.
Be seeing you.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Can I take your bucket of paint?
Hey, monsieur! Get away from my paint pot!
Okay.
I should think so. Meddling with a man's paint pot. Puh!
Alright. Let's have a look at the debris in here.
Hey, you! Get away from my dumpster.
Okay.
Right, is this one of those timing things? Where I have to wait for him to take a drag of a cigarette?
Hey, you! Get away
damn
from my dumpster.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. So, there's going to be some timing here. Do I have to wait until he does something? Because he steps forward to take a drag of the cigarette.
Hey, you!
God damn it. Okay, cool. So we can't do that. Yeah, maybe we can just, like, throw the tissue at him. No, it doesn't work. Maybe I could throw the tissue at the paint pot.
Hey, monsieur!
Okay.
God damn
I
it.
should think so. Meddling with a man's paint pot.
People always want me. This is my first playthrough. I played this when I was a kid, years and years and years ago. But I cannot remember for the life of me how it actually ends. Can I put the tissue in the rubbish? No. Can I put the plaster of Paris in the rubbish?
Hey, monsieur!
No. Okay, cool.
Nice.
Can we romance the guy? I don't know. Do I have everything I need to be able to get past this puzzle? That's the question.
There was a dumpster full of debris. From the excavation, I guessed.
Interesting. An anonymous gifter, thank you very much. Remarkably kind of you. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're having a lovely day. I have everything I need. Okay. Let's see what else we can do. What about it in here? Can I... Oh, hang on. Can I put the tissue in the bin? No. Right. Can I put the tissue in... Oh, hang on, what's that on the wall? There's a thing on the wall just there.
I couldn't imagine what I'd achieved by turning the dial. A thermostat was mounted over a radiator. The radiator was pumping out heat as the thermostat was cranked right over to full. No wonder it was warm in here, even with the door open to the chill of fall.
So turn the dial.
I couldn't imagine what I'd achieved by turning the dial.
Oh, okay, cool. Right, we're not going... I've checked everything. There's something else. There's somewhere else we need to go to. There is somewhere else we need to go. And it's not around here. We've got everything. Let's leave. Wait, hang on. Can we not leave? Not allowed to leave now? Must we stay here? Where's the... Okay, apparently you can't leave this specific screen. Right. Ah. Let's just have a quick check. What's around the place? Can't go in here yet, can I? We're boxed in.
The door was locked.
Let's live here now. What if I were to throw the tissue at the guard?
Hi again.
What is it?
I don't know. Oh, it's really warm in here. Why is it so warm?
It sure is hot in here.
I have to have the door open to allow the workmen access, so why not? I turn the heat up.
You could wrap up warm.
I have my gloves if it gets cold, but why bother when it's warm anyway?
Why is the toilet locked?
I'd like to use the washroom, but the door's locked.
Oh, that's no problem. You can have the key.
Thanks.
What an agreeable chap. Beautiful. In we go.
The door was locked.
Yes, I know it's locked. I'll use the key. Ah, right. Here we are. We're in the washroom. The tap's still running, first of all. Let's just turn that off. Oh.
Oh, boy. Dirty soap. How do they do that?
I don't know how they do that, George, but I'm glad we've got some dirty soap. Can we turn off the tap?
The taps were rusty. Oh, boy. The cold tap's washer looked to have failed. It was just dribbling down the sink.
What about the hot air dryer thing?
On the wall was an automatic hand dryer.
Is this close-up necessary? Yes, it's remarkably important. Can I use the cloth on the soap?
I couldn't do that.
Oh,
Oh, boy.
Right, dirty soap. We
I
don't
didn't
need
want to
that.
carry a bar of dirty soap around with me.
What about using the toilet? While we're here.
Being in a charming comfort station like this made me think fondly of the toilet in Syria. That
Oh.
place was kept in pretty good order. At
Oh.
least, it had been until I vandalized it. Still, it was all for a good cause.
Yeah, we had to break the chain off so we can give it to Nico and tell her it was a special necklace. Remember when we did that?
The thing felt really hot. Big demands seemed to be being made on it.
Can we open this little, what's over here?
I didn't want any coal.
Right, what's this?
The thing felt really hot.
Okay, so it is really hot. What if we were to use the sewer key on it? What if I was to throw the tissue at it? What if I was to use the tissue to clog up the sink? Ah,
I wasn't about to wash my hands in this place, so I didn't need to dry them.
okay, there's gotta be something. There's gotta be something here. Can I fill up the cup? No. There's nothing else out there. Nothing up or around. Can I use the... I've got to clean the soap somehow. What if I use the key to scrape the soap?
Perhaps I could make a copy of the key.
Why not? Why not?
The
Of
key had
course.
made a clear imprint in the soap. The bar of soap had the imprint of a key in it.
If only we had some plaster of Paris.
I knew keeping that plaster was a good idea.
Right. It's just how it works, guys. We're in France.
With
Go
the
with it.
plaster and the imprint, I was on the right lines. I had filled the key's imprint in the soap with dry plaster.
What if we now put the tissue over it to act as a sort of... a kind of barrier for it to hold on to, if you will?
I couldn't do that.
Okay,
I
what
had
if we
filled the key's imprint in the soap with dry plaster.
Right, just stick it in the water then.
You can't make a cast without wetting the plaster.
There we go. Beautiful.
But wet plaster alone does not make a cast.
That's true. We now need it to actually grip to something, some kind of actual holding device. The tissue.
I couldn't do that. The key's imprint was now filled with wet plaster.
When is the tissue going to be relevant? When does it matter? Let's use the hot air.
I used the dryer to speed up the process.
Right, this is not how you make a cast of a key. This doesn't work.
Well, it had taken a while, but I had made myself a completely unconvincing plaster key. Way too fragile to use in a lock. I'd have to substitute it for the real one. Trouble was, it looked like plaster and not metal. Then again, that plaster statue in Syria hadn't looked like stone until I'd been a bit artful with it. Maybe I could improve the key as well.
Maybe we rub the key onto our little tissue.
Maybe not.
That's how you did it! Right, maybe we can rub the key into the coal to make it look black metal. No. Maybe we put the key in the toilet. No. Maybe we put the key in the hot thing. No. Right.
I didn't want any coal.
Hang on. Paint.
Hey, monsieur, don't go with my keys.
Right. This needs to go onto that.
Maybe not.
How do we make the key?
It was my plaster copy of the excavation key. Trouble was, it looked like plaster, and it felt like plaster.
I've tried combining it with this, the tissue.
Maybe not.
They said no. I need to make it look like... Can I dip it in brick dust?
I couldn't see any use for a
Hang on, here we go. So, give the keys back. To the dude. I've got the fake one still.
Hi again.
What is it?
Here's the keys.
Merci, monsieur.
Excellent. Now, we go and use the dude's
Talk to you later.
paint can outside to dip the fake key into. Dip the fake key in the paint can.
Hey, monsieur!
Okay.
I should think so.
God damn it. Okay, cool. That's a problem. That is a problem. Ah. It's got to be something to do with the tissue. Because...
The door was
Oh, okay. The tissue was important. Can we use the tissue with the coal?
Hi again.
What is it?
Let's get the key back.
I need to use the toilet again.
Again? Already?
I have this problem. How technical do you want me to get?
Never mind.
Okay. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. In we go. Right. Let's hang on. Let's phone Nicole. Nicole might know. Nico.
Coulard.
Hello, Nico. It's me.
Hi, Josh. What's happening?
I'm at the excavation, but they won't let me in.
Damn. We need to know what's in there.
Don't worry. I've got a scheme. I'm going to need your help, though.
Okay. What do you want me to do?
I want you to keep somebody on the phone for a while.
Who?
A painter. I need to get at his pot.
Oh, okay.
Stay on the line. I'll go and get him.
Excellent. Hey. Right. Have these keys back, mate.
Hi again.
What?
Here are the keys.
There's the keys.
Merci.
Hey, let's go and grab the painter. Be like, yo.
Talk
My
to you
dude.
later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
There is a hot, purple-haired French girl that you got to chat to. You're not going to believe this. She's asking for you.
Hi, it's me again.
What now?
You have a phone call.
You've got a phone call.
For me? Are you certain?
It's a woman. She sounded hot.
What woman? She must be mistaken, monsieur.
Well, she asked for that hunk of a man with the nicotine fingers and his ass hanging out of his pants.
Certainly sounds like me. Stand back. It wouldn't do to keep the lady from her hunk.
That's how I feel. All the time. It would not do to keep the lady from the hunk. Into the paint pot you go. That was very fast drying.
The plaster key had soaked up the paint nicely, and now looked pretty convincing. Still felt like plaster, though. Maybe not.
Okay, what's in this skip? Can we get anything from the skip? Just...
A well-used wheelbarrow was sitting by the rubble-filled dumpster.
Can we dip the key? No. Can we... Right. How do we make this feel like metal instead? You know, it's probably fine. We've got everything we need. It's probably fine. I think the coal.
Well, monsieur, what a strange woman. She was all over me and then suddenly, nothing but abuse.
Really?
Why, abuse? Ah well, I have a cigarette to finish. And monsieur, if she calls again, I am not available.
Okay. That guy knows. Right, let's try and get the keys back from this guy again.
Hi again.
What is...
I need the key.
I need...
Again?
I have...
Yeah, just give me the key. We're going to go back in. I think I'm going to use the key on the pile of coal, because that will make it look like black iron. I'm doing this. We're getting there. We're making progress. Key on the coal. How is that not the solution? Okay, what about this thing here?
The thing felt really hot.
What if we put the key on the hot thing? That doesn't work. Let's just exchange the keys now, see what happens.
Now, I'd substituted the fake key for the excavation key. It looked okay, but felt false.
Okay, so we have the real key, but it feels false. Right, let's give it him back. It's fine. Feels false. It's okay.
Hi again.
What is it?
Here are your keys.
I couldn't give him the keys. The false key looked pretty convincing, but it felt exactly like what it was. Painted plaster. He was bound to detect it.
Right, I've got to find a way
Talk to you later.
Au revoir.
to make the key. It's got to be something to do with the coal. It's
The
important.
door was locked.
Okay, cool. What if I turn the thermostat down? Oh, now I can do that. Hang on, that means I can now go in here and the thing's going to be off.
I turned the heating off.
Oh, he's going to put his gloves on. Which means he now won't be able
As
to
I'd hoped,
feel.
the guard put his gloves on.
And now we can give him the keys back,
Hi again.
What is it?
but he won't be able to feel that it's fake.
I held my breath and hoped that he wouldn't notice the substitution. Here's the keys. Thanks.
Merci, monsieur.
Great.
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
And now I'm guessing we just wait for nightfall. We can give Nico a call.
Hi, Nico. It's me again.
I'd guessed. What do you want this time?
What did you say to the painter?
I shan't repeat it, Josh.
Look, I need to get the guard out of the way. Could you call back and ask him to get the painter again?
Okay, I'll call back soon.
Cool. So now we wait. Now we hang out. The phone rings. Guard gets it. Goes to get the painter. Why are we out here?
This looked like a good place to watch things develop.
Okay, thank you, George. All recording your lines differently.
Hey, you! It's the phone.
Yeah, who is it?
How should I know? What am I, your social secretary?
It's not a chick, is it?
Yes, it's a woman. Are you going to answer it?
Does she have a warm, sensual voice like molten chocolate?
Yes, she has a really sexy voice. Now get a move on.
I'm not talking to her.
I can see that. You're wasting time talking to me.
No, you don't understand. I refuse to talk to her.
You refuse. You refuse. I'm wasting valuable time.
Don't make me laugh. Your time valuable? You just stand around all day.
I have a highly responsible job. Pah, don't pah me, you elephantine oaf. My job is important.
Impossible. They would have hired somebody competent in that case.
Meaning what?
Instead of which they hired a dismal rent-a-cop like you. All epaulettes and no brains.
Why, you...
This looked set to carry on for some time. It was too good an opportunity to miss.
Beautiful. That's actually just a regular French greeting. That's just how they talk to each other. That's totally normal. Let's see if the key also works on this door. Or if this door's not even locked.
The door was locked.
Okay, let's see if the key works. Hey, there we go. We're in. All right, cool. We're in. That was a French off. That was going to happen. It ends with baguettes at dawn. That's how they fight. Right, we're in. Statue of Baphomet's down there. Let's see what we've got.
I couldn't see anything useful to do with the planks.
Planks of wood. Let's travel down this little ladder. Go and see what this statue is all about. This is clearly what the Templars are after.
There was no doubt about it. It was the same sort of idol I'd seen in Syria. Baphomet. The Templars had certainly been through here.
You miss sexy voice Josh. I mean, we can always drop down again if we need to. It's not a problem. We can do it that way. Channel the spirit of Jazz Emu as we do the rest of the stream. Here we go. Let's check out the puzzle on the floor.
Close up, the pattern didn't make any sort of sense. It fanned out around an axis point, a kind of focus to one side.
I'm pretty sure you're probably going to need to put some kind of cylinder on there, and then look at the reflection, or the refraction on the cylinder, or it creates a picture. Let's grab this little tool over here. That looked important. Right, what else have we got? I actually can't see anything else down here worth playing with. Ah, hang on. My fault. I forgot we had the chalice. Beautiful.
And there it was, decoded by the curves of the chalice, the image of a church.
I have seen artwork like that before, where you need to put a metal cylinder onto a spot.
I found out what the chalice was for.
You've solved the puzzle?
Yeah, there was a distorted picture at the Baphomet site. When I viewed it in the polished surface of the chalice, it changed.
What did it show?
A picture of a church with a square tower.
The Templars had something to do with the church. Oh, we're making all sorts of progress now, guys. All sorts.
I guess I'd better return the chalice to the Countess.
Hurry back, Josh.
Pretzel says the chalice of the palace has the brew that is true, but the flagon with the dragon. That is a very specific old film you're referencing right there. I appreciate the fact that you're referencing one hell of an old film. Danny Kaye, The Court Jester. It was The Court Jester, wasn't it, that one? That is a brilliant film. Classic. That's the film. Has anyone seen The Court Jester with Danny Kaye? There is a scene in it where they fight the enemy knights up the stairs by a load of kids rolling onto their back and then using their feet to kind of push and kick knights up, almost like a spiral around it. That scene is a fever dream. That scene is an absolute fever dream, without a doubt. Yeah, The Court Jester, that is an old film, but I very much enjoy it. Right, let's go back to Spain and give this old lady her cut back. I hope nothing has happened to this old lady. Now, a few of you think that the bass voice needs to return. Here we go. Right, I'm back in Spain. Nothing bad happens in Spain. Let us return the chalice. The chalice from the palace. Not the flagon with the dragon. The candle with the handle on the gâteau for the chateau. So many rhymes. So Josh likes old ladies now. What I do in my free time is up to me. Some of you preferred the deeper voice. We can drop down if we need to. Although it's obvious that I'm putting this on. Well, I just normally sound like this. It's much easier. My goodness. Hello. Welcome, everybody. I must understand it's not as sexy. You must understand it's not as sexy as well. I think my favourite one was when I was in a play for a long time and I was doing a really deep character voice. And it was Shakespeare. It was Once more, unto the breach, dear friends, once more. Or close the wall up with our English dead. In peace, there's nothing such becomes a man as modest stillness and humility, but when the blast of war blows in our ears, then imitate the action of the tiger. Stiffen the sinews. Raise up every man to his full height. On, you noblest English. All that kind of stuff. And after the play, people came up to me and they were like, yeah, wow, that was amazing. And they kind of expected me to be like, thank you. It was very enjoyable doing it. Shakespeare, fantastic bard, lovely soliloquies, all that kind of stuff. And what they actually got was, thank you. It's very kind of you. I'm really glad you enjoyed that. Bye. Yeah, that was it. They were like, oh, he's not sexy at all. He's the opposite. He's English. And then that happened. Yeah. Acting. That's what that was. Okay, here we go. Let's chat to the old lady.
Senor Stobart, oh, what a pleasure. Please, sit down.
Hi, Countess. The pleasure's all mine. I've brought back your chalice.
Why? You've had it cleaned.
It was actually a priest.
Yeah, I met an obliging priest with a soft cloth.
Have you resolved the Templar mystery?
No, not yet. I don't even know what it is I'm after.
There are many stories of the knights secreting great wealth away.
Whatever.
This is the
All
first
I
game.
know is I don't want the bad guys to get it.
To be young and live in a world of moral absolutes.
So yes, we are the good guys, they are the bad guys, because, and there's a very easy way to tell, we are the main character. If we weren't the main character, we would be the bad guys. But we are the main character, and therefore, we are the good guys. That is how gaming works. Time to, yeah, maybe you'd let me to polish your cups as well. So George is an assassin. No, he is neither an assassin nor a Templar. George is worse. George is an American.
I discovered something amazing with that chalice. In Paris, I found a church where they recognized the coat of arms. I found the tomb of Don Carlos de Vasconcelos.
You are sure? There can be no mistake?
The coat of arms on the chalice matches the one on the tomb.
Incredible. You have my most profound thanks. I must go there as soon as possible.
Yeah? Well, I'd be happy to show you the city.
You and me. Let's go to France. Let's go on a date to Paris. I can show you all the sights of Paris. The bombed out cafe, the sewers, the toilet where I made a copy of a key. It's all there. It's a city of love, no doubt. I can show you the sewers that we broke into with Nico when she was doing a puzzle. I can show you a place where I got mugged. I can introduce you to a very sassy British woman. Oh, it's all happening in Paris.
There's something else that I discovered, carved on Don Carlos's tomb. Biblical references.
What are the references, Senor Stobart?
Psalms 32:7, Corinthians.
I am not a good enough scholar to know the Bible, chapter and verse. I meant, what are the quotations?
You know, I forgot to ask the priest.
George, I just thought you knew the Bible. Let's go back to France and ask the priest.
I'll have a look around if that's okay.
My home.
Okay, right, we've got to go back to France and ask the priest again about the things. But you know what, while we're here, let's have a quick look around. Let's see what there is to investigate. Absolutely nothing. Bye. Spain has no Bibles.
It was just a little utility room with no exit, unless you counted the window, and I didn't. It was a small mirror hanging over the sink.
Have I just taken that?
The mirror from Lopez's utility room. Yep, I was still looking great.
You are so aggressively American, George. And yet, just randomly taking things in a Spanish villa is part of the British citizenship test. You're on your way, mate. Well done. Well done. We'll make a Brit of you yet. Okay, dogs, don't go that way. Oh yeah, random change from the original to the director's cut that I'm playing now. In the director's cut, you can't die. Now, in the original, you could. I think if you go that way in the original, dogs maul you to death. So instead, we're just going to go this way. And not get mauled to death. Hey, I've given the chalice back. I'm going to go and ask the French guy about some Bible stuff. Have a good day. How many times would I have died by now? At least twice.
It was the driveway down to the main road. I didn't want to leave just yet, though.
Why not? Okay, let's go.
Mausoleum, summer house. Easy mistake to make.
Come on, let's go over there. Can we go? Here we go. I'm not playing the King's Quest games because I want to enjoy the game.
Down below the estate, I could see the sea stretching away. It was a beautiful sight, and looked a lot like the scene from the manuscript.
I will try the King's Quest games at some point. Look, if point-and-click adventure games like this end up being good Twitch content, and my god, I had no idea they would be, we've got Broken Sword 1 and 2, 3, and possibly Broken Sword 4, and then we've got all of the Discworld games. They are funny. We might need to play the Discworld ones at some point. Has anyone played the Discworld games before? Oh yeah. We can play Monkey Island, we can play all the other ones. Mate, the Discworld games on PlayStation 1 are fantastic. Monkey Island as well. I've never played Monkey Island. Right, let's see what we can do in here. Ooh. Right, let's see what we've got going on.
I couldn't climb up there without breaking something.
Well, maybe you could use the tool. No. Maybe we could use this. Snuff out the candles.
Now what? Feeling like a...
I feel like I've missed something.
Now that it had given up its secret, the glass squares in the lectern were just decorative again.
The Discworld games were turned into PC and PlayStation 1 games. I feel that I've got everything from here. I don't think there's anything else extra left to go. But, oh, hang on, there's a Bible.
It was the Spanish Bible I borrowed from the mausoleum.
Right, so I can actually use the Bible to talk to the woman now. Okay, let's go back. Yeah, no, seriously, there's a Discworld game for the PlayStation 1, and I think it was on the PC as well. Voiced entirely by Eric Idle from Monty Python. And it's remarkably funny. You play as Rincewind, and you have the little treasure chest on loads of legs, running and walking after you, and you have to adventure around. I've not played the Bard's Tale yet, though. The Bard's Tale, it's on the list to play, without a doubt. Discworld release is on the cards according to the original directors, but is complicated because King Charles may own 50% of the IP rights. That's one hell of a title to make me read. I'm going to check that out after the stream. Okay, cool. I mean, if that happens, then he's got to release it. He's got to release it. Will I play all 5 Broken Sword games? I don't know. We'll play them until they stop being fun. Okay, here we go. I found a Bible. Look, Book of God.
Hello again. Mind if I sit?
Please, be my guest.
Here's the Bible from the mausoleum.
Very well. Let us begin. The first reference.
Psalms 32:7.
Thou art my hiding place. Thou shalt preserve me from trouble. Thou shalt compass me about with songs of deliverance. My hiding place.
Don't get your hopes up too high. This might just be leading us to where we found the chalice.
You are right, of course. The next.
Okay, John 4:11.
John 4:11. Here. The well is deep. The next. Quickly.
Okay. Corinthians 4:5.
Here it is. Will bring to light the hidden things. Any more?
Just one. Psalms again. 22:21.
Save me from the lion's mouth, for thou hast heard me from the horns of the unicorns. The last is confusing. Lions, unicorns, what's it mean?
I can't guess.
Salient points seem to be a hiding place and a deep well. In no sense is the mausoleum a well, Senor Stobart.
Is there a well in the grounds?
I do not know. I suppose that there must have been once upon a time. Lopez is the man to ask about anything pertaining to the estate.
Right, let's go chat with Lopez. Find a well. Go down into the well. I've taken this mirror from you, by the way.
That is not a good idea.
Okay, George, let's just steal it then, shall we? Do you want this key to the toilet? Okay, cool, no.
I'll have a look around if...
Let's go chat to Lopez. See what he knows. Has anyone ever questioned how the guy got so far just by claiming to be a detective? And most people get far by claiming to be things. You know, it's easier to get forgiveness than it is to get permission when it comes to kind of detecting stuff like this. You just gotta walk around and act confident. You put on a yellow high-vis jacket, carry a clipboard, carry a ladder if you've got one. You do whatever you want, without a doubt. He's also clearly a very dangerous man. Hey, Lopez.
Hi there, Lopez. How's tricks?
Senor Stobart, I feel I owe you an apology.
No, you don't.
I was impolite on our first meeting.
Look, Lopez, just forget about it. I came on like a snake oil merchant. I wouldn't have trusted me in your shoes.
You do not understand. Finding the chalice has given my lady a new lease of life. It's a marvel. She smiles, she laughs. The tradesmen are saying that she is on Prozac.
I think I might just start asking people about the Knights Templar occasionally. Like, if you're ever unsure of what to do, just respond to like an NPC. Respond as an NPC. That's the way you should do it. Someone walks up to you, starts talking to you, you know, they don't want to talk to them. Reply as if you're an NPC in the game. Just turn around and be like, what do you know about the Knights Templar? And then they go, I know nothing about the Knights Templar. And then turn back and just carry on doing whatever you're doing anyway. That'll work. You made it this far in life by being nice to people and listening to them. I swear to God, it's the secret to getting what you want, is being the kind of person that other people want to give things to. That's the best way of doing it. And I'll share a trick with you guys, a big secret. Being nice will get you really far. Like, I know it sounds silly and simple, but it really, really will. Okay, is there a well on the grounds?
You must know just about everything that there is to know about this place.
See, I have lived my whole life here in the service of the de Vasconcelos.
Do you know of a well anywhere around here?
A well? Si, senor. This used to be a fortified villa. How can you last a siege without water?
Great! So where is it?
How should I know? The well was covered over in the last century. It was dangerous, you see.
And you have no idea where it was?
None. It was hidden even before my grandfather's time.
Yeah. I mean, like, any idea where it might be?
Well, you must have a vague idea of where the well is.
It must have been in the old house's courtyard, so that would put it around here.
Here? Okay. Now, how do we find it?
There might be a way. Let me think about it.
Okay, you've had a chance. How have you thought about it?
Any ideas yet?
Not as yet, Senor Stobart. I shall give it more thought.
All right, cool. I'll try and find it.
Catch you later, Lopez.
Adios, Senor Stobart.
Can I just start, like, poking the ground with the stick that I've got? Maybe if I walk around, I'll just randomly fall down it. That could work. You don't know that won't work. Let's go see what happens. It's got to be around here somewhere. If I was a well, where would I be? Where would I be? Actually, a couple of years ago in England, did you hear the story of the blind man that fell down the well? It's because he couldn't see that well. I'm sorry, I don't... I'm sorry, comedy's great. Comedy is just... people, whenever I make jokes, people leave the stream. I say people, I mean cowards. Cowards leave the stream whenever I make jokes. Right, let's just have a chat to this guy again. Come on, there's got to be a well around here somewhere. Come on, there's got to be a well. If I was a well, where would I be?
Hi, Lopez. Got a minute?
Certainly.
Any ideas yet?
Not as yet.
Okay, what about the woman?
So the Countess feels that the curse is lifted.
I would not put it so strongly. Your discovery of the chalice 'Twas proof that the Templars never abandoned the de Vasconcelos. It counts for a great deal with my lady.
Mate, I'm going to need this well soon.
Any ideas yet?
Not as yet, senor.
Okay, cool. That's a real shame.
Catch you later, Lopez.
Adios.
Maybe I could go and ask Lobino about stuff now. Can I leave yet? If the game says no, I can't leave yet, then I've got to find the well.
It was the driveway down. I didn't want to...
Oh my god. Would you say that this is going well? Right, come on, if I were a well... Would it be in here? Maybe. I wonder if it's in there. Let's just look around. I'm moving the mouse around the screen to see what I can spot, if anything. Oh, the camera's moving to the right more. Oh. Okay, no, cool. Right. There's this big tempting candle in the center of the mausoleum. Can I light it? Can I reflect the sunlight using the mirror? No. Can I use this on the candle?
Now what? Feeling like a...
Hang on. Can I put the tissue on... Because the dude said this was flammable. And then I use this as a torch to light that. Oh, guys, we did it! We frickin' did it! No. The candle went out because the window's open. We've got to close the window. Right, close the window. Yep. Use the tissue.
The tissue was pretty charred, but the grease paint had done most of the burning.
Use it again. Come on, we can do this. Then we put the tissue on the end, light it, because the French guy with the cigarette said, don't get near the cigarette, it will catch on fire. So we then set it on fire, and then we set the candle on fire. Beautiful. Come on. And I bet that casts a specific type of shadow. I bet there's something really important with the shadow it's going to cast. I bet this is a well underneath me. Oh. Okay, George just stared at the candle for like 5 hours. It's a chess piece.
The candle had burnt brilliantly, but only for a couple of minutes. Some kind of special formulation, I guess. And had yielded up this. A complex shape expertly cut in stone. I figured it was some kind of key.
I think I might know where that goes, and it might go in one of the sewer places with a door we passed earlier.
It was a smooth, intricately carved piece of stone that had been concealed inside the great candle.
Okay. Where would that go? Let's find out. I read the chat as often as I can, and I want you to understand that right now we're in the middle of an epic adventure following the treasure of the ancient Knight Templar as they fight through the mythical Hashashin. So when I glance over at Twitch chat and someone just put mythical butt plug, you're undermining the emotional resonance of the story.
It was the drive. I didn't...
Right, let's go and see if we can chat to the gardener about the... Hey, I found your special magical plug. Why didn't Dan Brown think of that? The Da Vinci Code would have been different.
Hi, Lopez. Got a minute?
Certainly, senor. How can I help you?
Take a look at this plug.
Do you know what this is?
No, senor. Is it some kind of key?
Yeah, I think it probably is.
Where did you get it?
It was hidden inside the big candle in the mausoleum.
And you burnt it? I wondered what the light was I saw through the window. My lady will be furious.
Ah.
Oh, it's fine. Don't worry about it. We're going to show her. Check out this burnt tissue.
This tissue is charred.
You won't get any argument from me on that, Signor Stobart.
I'm very
Catch you later, Lope.
Alright, let's go talk to the lady. Be like, yo, you know that really old candle that you're super attached to? Well, guess what? You're not going to believe this. I burnt it. I burnt it. Hey.
Hello again. Mind if I sit?
Please, be my guest.
Here we go. Check this out.
What do you make of this?
It looks like some sort of key. Where did you get it from?
It was buried inside the great candle in the mausoleum.
Inside it. What have you done to it?
I, lit it.
But it is irreplaceable.
Listen, the candle was to be lit in case of Moorish attack, right? Well, it burnt down in no time and revealed this key thing. Maybe that was the real purpose of lighting the candle.
What are you suggesting?
That lighting the candle was the equivalent of break glass in case of emergency.
Sentiment must not stand in the way of solving this mystery. You did the right thing.
But where does it go?
I'll have a look around if...
My home.
Okay. Where does this go? So I realized that she was interactable, and I've got to put the key somewhere, and my brain just went, you could... No, we're not carrying on down that train of thought. That's not how... Could we put it in... Okay, I'm just putting the key in things now.
I wasn't going to put on the armor, and I couldn't see anything else to do with it.
Okay. Can we go into the basement? No. Can we go into this room over here? Apparently not.
It was just a little unless...
Okay, cool. Where does the key go? I feel that the key needs to go somewhere. Ah, is that a tower in the distance? Is that some kind of church? No, it's not. Is there a special hole in the wall here, a little keyhole?
I didn't like the idea of carrying...
Nope. Let's ask the dude. Let's ask the dude. See what he knows about this. I really thought we were very close to the end of the game. Apparently not. Alright, Lopez. Found the key. Spoke to the lady. Still don't know where it goes.
Hi, Lopez. Got a minute?
Certainly, senor.
Check out this... I've already shown you the key.
Catch you later.
Right, okay, so it's got to be the mausoleum. The key would be for something in the mausoleum. That's... Okay, I'm convinced the key is to do with this. Is there a special keyhole in the Virgin Mary? Don't clip
It was too delicate to move.
Can we insert the key? No. No, we can't. Is there a keyhole over here?
Stobart.
What about this thing still?
The lectern was bare.
But... Can we use the key in the lectern? No. There's nothing else over here.
The candle had burnt brilliantly, but only for a couple of minutes.
What about using the stick again?
Now what? Feeling like a...
What if we set fire to the rain? Okay, what else could we do here? What else could we do? You can't interact with where the chalice was. There's nothing interactable over there. You can't even try to put it back.
It was a smooth, intricately...
Maybe it can go into one of the graves? No. We haven't been down to the basement yet, have we? That's the one place we haven't been, to the basement. The Traveling Inquisitor is raiding with a party of 28. Guys, get in. It's a 1996 point-and-click adventure game. We're currently in Spain. We're chasing down some Templar treasure. I've made it sound way more exciting than it is. I feel I've set your expectations way too high. for this. I'm sorry. Let's bring it down a little bit. That was too much energy. Let's go down. Inquisitor, welcome. We're on the trail of the Templar, the Knights Templar treasure. We started in France. We've been to Ireland. We've been to Syria. We're in Spain now. We're pointing and clicking around. We are American tourist George Stobart, and we're going to solve some serious mysteries. That's what we're going to do. You guys ready? Here we go. Use the plug on the priest. Why not? Let's find out if we can do that. Let's go and see if we can plug this priest. Don't. There's just been a raid, alright? These guys are brand new. Some of them don't know what's going on here. It's not going to be like that. You very much need to...
Down below the estate, I could see this...
Yeah, there's a C. You need to set your expectations with this. Set back. You forgot to add the gamer subs. I've finally got a new mouse mat, and it is a gamer subs mouse mat. It's in front of me, and it's massive. It's really cool. Okay, let's see if I can leave now. Let's see if I can... You know what, Lopez, maybe you can get the dogs away. I've got to go to the basement. What's in the basement, mate? Come on.
Hi, Lopez.
Certainly.
I need you to tell me about the basement.
Any ideas yet?
We are looking for a source of water, see?
Yes?
For generations, the Spanish country folk have had a secret way of locating water.
This is new.
Even if it is meters beneath the ground.
Ah, you're not talking about water dowsing, are you?
Eh?
You know, you get a stick and walk around until the stick twitches and dig there.
Oh, you've heard of it.
Yeah, I think most of the planet has. Okay, let's get a stick.
Uno momento. It must be a special stick. A Y of hazel.
Right. Do you have any hazel trees?
See? Here. That is hazel.
Thanks for pointing at some... Okay, cool, right. This is complete pseudoscience. This is not real. As in, people think it's real, but it doesn't work.
I went over to find a suitable stick. I don't believe it. There wasn't a single usable Y-shaped branch on the whole damn thing.
We can't find a Y-shaped branch on a tree. We're just looking for a stick.
There wasn't a single usable Y-shaped...
Right, maybe there's another stick somewhere else. Hang on. What's this? What's this just there? There we go, that could work.
The main part of the house was old.
Okay, cool, we can't do that either. Right, so... Oh, hang on. Might have found one. Might have found one.
I went over to find a suitable stick. Aha!
Okay, we have one.
It was a thin, supple twig of hazel.
Let's do this. Alright, man, we got this. We're going to water douse the homeopathy of resource management, which actually means the less you do it, the more powerful it is. Here we go. Homeopathy is for people who just do not understand fractions. Right, let's chat to this dude.
Hi, Lopez. Got a minute?
Certainly, senor. How can I help you?
I found a stick.
Well, I got my divining rod. Now what?
Simplicity itself, senor. Hold the wand at the upper ends of the Y. Apply a little tension with your wrists so that the slightest movement of the wand's tip is clear, and walk slowly and steadily over the area.
Sounds easy enough. We'll find this well in no time.
Please don't make me do this. Okay, so George then divines a well by walking along a very well-trodden path that hundreds of people have walked along over the last 300 years. I'm not clicking, the game's just doing this. You will douse and you will like it. I mean, this is the main garden. It's unlikely that anything in the main garden is going to be like a secret hidden well. You're not going to find it. Imagine being a practitioner of homeopathy and ODing. I think we'd just call that drowning. I've only ever played this game
You've found something.
once when I was a kid.
This is where we find the secret of the Templars, hidden here for hundreds of years, lost from the sight of man until now. The mystery is revealed.
It's a tin can.
I've been walking up and down with a twig in my hands, looking for a tin can.
It had water in it. That's what the dowsing stick must have detected.
I'd have to check with an archaeologist, but I don't think the Templars left that.
In truth, Senor Stobart, the loan was laid many, many years ago. This can could date back to the Napoleonic Wars.
Get rid of it and I'll try it again. Lopez threw the can away. It seemed to fall an awfully long way. The splash at the end confirmed what we both suspected. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle.
It has been here all the time. All those years and nobody found it.
Stood in awe for a moment, marveling at the secrets all around us.
I could have fallen down that.
But you didn't, Lopez. You just didn't. Oh, good. Let's trust the old guy to lower me down into a well, because apparently he's made of muscle. Okay, Lopez is the world's henchest old man.
The well had been lost for decades at least. The air was cool after the noon sun, but that's not what gave me goosebumps. I have a really, really bad feeling about this.
Now, remember, we can't die. Which is good. But I'm still going to save the game. Just in case. Okay.
Sometime in antiquity, there'd been a rock slide. Big ones. I wished I'd had a hard hat.
Okay. Rocks. There's a lion thing over there. To me, that looks like it's going to give you an evil stare. And I need to use some kind of mirror. There was a thing, the lion's mouth, wasn't it? Snatch it from the lion's jaws. I'm sure there was something to do with a lion. Templars like lions.
From a distance, the lion's head had been impressive. Close up, it was frightening. Hey, one of the fangs is a separate piece.
I mean, I'll break it off then, obviously.
I could hear the sound of a lot of stone moving, and I knew I was in danger.
Excellent. Now, I'm pretty sure in the original, if you don't dodge out of the way...
Oh, very funny, you psychos!
Yeah, if you...
Senor Stobart! Senor Stobart! Are you all right?
It's okay, Lopez, I'm fine!
Que susto me has dado! You gave me a scare!
Nice try, Templars.
Remember, every single line in this game is recorded with a different microphone on a different day in a different location. Just to keep you on your toes. Just to keep you guessing. You know, you've got to keep that... It's variety. That's what it is. It's variety. So I'm pretty sure if you open the door and don't jump back, you die in the original. But you can't die here, so we're all fine. We're all okay. They recorded this in the bathroom.
I wish that I had Leary's flashlight now. It was too dark to see, and I had to rely on touch. It just felt like a pitted stone wall. I'd almost been killed for the sake of a red herring.
It's not a pitted stone wall. What if I use the mirror to reflect sunlight onto the wall? All right, here we go. Use the mirror, reflect the sunlight. That will find the keyhole.
I realized I could use the mirror to reflect the light from above.
Come on. Keyhole.
There. In the middle of the door, I could see some kind of socket.
Found it.
It looked like this wasn't quite the dead end it had seemed.
I've watched The Mummy. Of course I've watched... Have I watched the 1999 action-adventure film starring Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz, which was the sexual awakening of everyone who saw it? Yes, of course, I've seen The Mummy. The Mummy is one of the greatest films ever made. Because it was created in two ways. First of all, the director said, I want to make one of the most fun, silly, enjoyable adventure romps in all of time. And he did. The second thing was he said, also, every single person in this film has to be remarkably sexy. And then he followed through with that. He did. That's what he did. He just got the most attractive, funny, silly, amazing people you could get, put them in the desert, and went, right, here we go. Even the brother, look, okay, Benny's not my type, but for someone's going to want that sniveling simp. And Benny was there for them. You know, someone likes that. That's someone's style. Benny is there. Benny is doing that for them. He's doing it with them. All right? It's not us to judge. We can't judge that. He's going there. Yeah. I mean, it looks like... remember, though, that it did look like Benny had all the horses. He did. Unfortunately, as we all know, it also looked like someone was on the wrong side of the river. The delivery on that line. Where it's like, looks like someone's... He had to say the river. He manages to add two very distinct syllables to that word. I love it. Will this be on YouTube? Any mention of the 1999 masterpiece action-adventure film The Mummy will always be on YouTube. But no, that was very much a beautiful film.
I slid the stone key into the lock. There were buttons that turned the dials.
Oh, okay, right. 1314 would make sense. What number is this going to be? What number? Because we can't seem to move any of this. Can I move that? Okay, that moves the internal one. That is the internal. Can we... Yeah, can we make 1314? Because that was the year of the burning. Remember? Jacques de Marday burned at 1314?
I must have made a mistake.
God
the lock
damn.
spun back to neutral and nearly took my fingers off. I was going to have to start from scratch again.
Right. What is this? Right. So... 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What number are we going to want to be? The numbers from the tomb? Let's have a check if I've got any notes for that specifically. Okay, the statue of Baphomet. Okay. Ah! Around the outside of the inscriptions, this is the tomb in France, were the numbers. Right, 14 and... Is that 27? At the top. 1427 at the top. Let's have a look. 1427. Let's just see what that would be like if I put it in. So... 14 will be to here. Hang on, no, there's a number there. That is a number. If it's not 14...
I heard the sounds of the lock moving. Either that or the wall was going to come down on my head.
Okay, 14. The next one. Cool. Let's just have a quick check. See? 14 and 27 at the top. So, we go with 27. Oh, this way. 25, 6, 7. Good. 14, 27. We're on the right path here. We're on the right path. Then it was... Oh, hang on. This is interesting. Then it was... 6 and... Is that 81? 6, 7, 8. 6 and 81 to the left. Now, does that mean that we actually need the 6 and the 81 to be at this side? I don't think it does. I don't think it does. I think it's 6 and 81, but to the top here, because there is no left. So let's just see what happens if we go 6 and 81. So currently, that is 6. Cool. Now 81. We are making progress with this one, guys. Right, so LXXXI. There we go. Oh, keep forgetting how these works. LXXX and I. This is very slow. Got it. What was next? LXXXI. 3 and 1 on the right. Okay, 3 and 1. So 3 and 1. And the last... If you get this wrong, you have to start from the start, I'm pretty sure. Have you ever seen the browser game called Retro MMO? I've heard of it, but I've not got around to playing it yet. So, I have finally finished the script for the 100 hours in RuneScape 3 video. Just so you're aware, the script is 81 pages long, which is looking to be roughly a 4-hour video. It's probably going to take about 3 to 4 weeks to edit it, because there is literally 100 hours of footage, and I break down RuneScape 3 as pedantically as I broke down Adventure Quest, but for much longer. So just give me time, and that will happen. That is, yeah, that is getting there. Right. So we've done 3 and 1 on the right, and then 15, 17, 12, and 25. So XVII. Let's go with X. Oh, this way. And then we go with VII. This is a long puzzle. This puzzle did not need to be this long. XVII. I'm just going to double check that one. XVII, yes. Cool. XII, and then 25. X is still there, so we just need II now. Yeah, this is filler. And then XXV. Goodness. And V. Right. This should have unlocked the Templar tomb.
Oh, yes! Bonus points for that, I hope. I knew the old Stobart fingerwork wouldn't let me down.
Never does. Never does, George, does it? Interesting.
Before I left, though, there was one last thing to do.
I didn't click.
You won't be needing that replacement piece anymore, Countess. I found it with the children. You'll probably want to be alone for a while. I'll be out in the garden with Lopez.
Oh, they were the kids. Right, gotcha.
George, welcome back.
Come in, Josh. It's good to see you again.
Is it?
The hell are you doing here, Lobino? Frenching up the place.
Sure. What did you find in Spain?
Without Andre, we wouldn't have got this far, Josh.
Yeah, I know. The clues led to an underground chamber at the bottom of a well. The Templars had left a tapestry showing a chessboard. The white pieces were vastly outnumbered. There was a stream running across the board, and a Templar knight on a horse.
Does it mean anything to you, Andre?
No, nothing.
Maybe we should tell Andre what else you found, Josh.
There's a map and a Latin inscription to the west at the edge of the world.
Georges found that in a cave in Syria.
Yeah, where the assassin almost killed me.
Then we've got the burning of Jacques de Molay and the date, 1314.
From the window of the church in Montfaucon Square, one of the few places where nobody tried to kill me.
Then we have the image of a church that Georges found at the excavation. I don't recall anyone trying to kill you there either, Georges.
And finally we have the tapestry in Spain. Did I mention I almost got killed there?
Not yet, but I'm sure you're about to.
It was only my cat-like reflexes that saved me from certain death.
Cat-like reflexes, eh?
And while I was risking life and limb, where were you, Andre? Getting your glasses fogged up over an Etruscan vase?
That's enough, boys. Can we get back to saving the world?
Of course. My apologies.
He started it.
Well, the Latin phrase are the words of Julius Caesar. He was describing the island of Britain.
Are you sure? The map didn't look much like Britain.
How come Caesar described Britain as being at the edge of the world?
To the Romans, the Mediterranean was the center of the universe. Britain was a remote, unfriendly place, inhabited by blue-painted savages.
It hasn't changed much.
They've stopped painting themselves blue.
Except when they go to a football match.
They used an extract from a plant called woad, Isetis tinctoria. The Scots were using it until fairly recently in their wars with the English.
Fairly recently? I don't recall the Scots being at war with the English. How recently are you talking about?
I believe William Wallace's men used it in the 13th century. They might well have been using it as late as...
You can't remember, can you?
1314.
Ah, we're back onto that, are we?
Andre, what is it? What do you mean?
1314 in Scotland. The Battle of Bannockburn.
That would explain the stream on the chessboard. That's what a burn is. Right, Andre? As in Bannockburn?
Right, George. And it gets better. Tradition has it that the Scots were helped by a shock force of, well, can't you guess?
Knights Templar?
Yes, a group of outlawed Templars. They are said to have turned the tide for the Scots.
And it all ends at a church in the Isle of Britain at Bannockburn in a church.
What are we waiting for? I'll call a cab.
I can't go.
Andre, you've been loads of help, but...
What Georges is trying to say is that you shouldn't feel guilty.
I was?
We understand you've got commitments. Oh, listen, we have to hurry. Let's go, Georges.
To a church.
We'll see it through. Oh, and, don't worry about us.
Don't worry about us, Andre. Don't worry. George really wants to sleep with Nico. Like, that's George's main goal here. He's forgotten who the Templars even are. He's like, a church, you say? Okay, then. And I get to go with Nico. Brilliant. And there'll be one less French person there. I'm sold. It's perfect. Right. A church in Scotland, in Britain, in a church. I'm gonna save the game. You can't save the game here, you're not allowed. Alright, here we go. All the clues came together, and suddenly made sense. The year, 1314. I'm sorry, the voice needs to happen, I appreciate it. The year, 1314. A church, a stream, or burn, running through the site of a massively one-sided battle. It all points to the Battle of Bannockburn, in which a small Scottish army defeated a much larger English army. Legend has it the Scots were aided by a Templar army. So Nico and I are heading to the church of St. Ninians, close to the city of Stirling in Scotland, where the Battle of Bannockburn was fought. Lobino couldn't come. What a shame. Okay, here we go. Let's do this. All right. Oh, Nico. Can't chat to you. You don't want to talk. Oh, who's this person?
Pardon me?
I know you.
She must be deaf.
She's not deaf, George.
Yes, my dear.
She is
Do
a
you know
he.
what time we're due in Stirling?
6:15, but we're running 8 minutes late.
That's... George. that's not Andre Lobino. No, that is Khan, the assassin. I can tell because he has a scar on his eye, and also he's doing the evil voice. He is. He absolutely is. He is an assassin. He is creeding all over the place. Look at him. Ubisoft, if you don't want to commit to releasing Shadows, this is what you want to be doing, alright? You want to be doing Assassin's Creed Scotland. The main character is a cross-dressing guy called Khan who infiltrates train cars to kill American tourists. I've just written you the entire plot right there. We're done. We don't need any more. It doesn't even need to be the Assassins and the Templars. Forget the whole thing. I want 3 volumes of this guy's adventure. He is the costume killer, and right now he is costumed up as a Scottish woman. Alright, George, you really are a little bit slow, alright? You know, the lights are on, the wheel's spinning, but the hamster's dead, isn't it, George? Lights, not the sharpest cow in the swimming pool, are you? Without a doubt. Hey, what do you know about the church?
Do you know Sterling well?
Yes, I do. Is that where you two lovebirds abound?
Yeah,
It's one of the places we thought we'd see on our holiday.
Be sure to visit the castle, won't you?
Oh, I'm sure it's a neat place. But we are not really interested in history, are we, George?
No.
George, you're not doing good here, mate. You're not doing good. At all. Hey, what are you reading?
What's the book you're reading?
Oh, it's something I picked up at the station. A medieval detective story. Quite well written for that kind of thing. It's been out of print for years.
If it's been out of print, how did you buy it at the station?
What's the title of the book?
The Crooked Crusader Caper by Molly Pegram. I assumed the author was a woman, but apparently not. His real name is...
Professor Nigel Pegram.
That's right. Do you know him?
No, I never met him.
George is a great fan of his, though.
The game has given you hints, George. The game is literally saying he assumed it was a woman, but actually it was a man. Come on, George. Hang on. What do you make of this fake nose?
Would you believe that this clown's nose led us to being on this train tonight?
I would indeed.
No, honestly, You would?
Certainly. You have an honest face.
Yep. That's a nose with a history, all right.
So you said.
George, mate. It's this guy. It's Khan.
Does the name Merlin mean anything to you?
Merlin, a master of illusions. Oh, you said Merlin? Then no, nothing.
I do like the fact that you've just pointed out in the chat. I very much like that. He didn't actually need to cross-dress, alright? He just felt like doing this. This is just the wave that he's riding right now. This is the vibe that he decided this murder was going to be done with. He didn't walk up and go, oh, they're not going to let me on this train unless I'm a woman. No, you could get on the train. That's fine. You're allowed to do that. He literally woke up and went, I've been a mime, I've been a clown, I've been a leprechaun. What other mythical creatures could I be? I've been a leprechaun, I've been a clown, I've been a policeman, I've been a mime. Hang on, I've been a penguin. What if, I know it's a wild idea, what if I could be a Scottish woman? They don't have those in Scotland. Oh, they'll be thrilled to see me that he's been a Frenchman and he's been a Scottish woman. My God, this guy's been everywhere.
Do you know what this is?
Yes, I do. A young friend of mine shook my hand with one just the other day.
Yeah? Well, that's outrageous. He should be shot.
Perhaps. Still, his intentions were good.
I'm sorry that you've been zapped by one of these things.
You shouldn't be.
Yeah, because you used it. George, literally, I mean, this is not a red flag, man, okay? This is the entire Communist Party coming over right here. You should notice this, alright? There are more red flags going on here than anything else.
Is there a church called St. Ninian's at Stirling?
Yes, there is. And I know why you're going there.
You do?
Of course I do. It's obvious you're in love. You're eloping, and they say romance is dead.
His Scottish accent is about as good as my Scottish accent. I might even have to bring that out for the rest of the stream. Scotland. Right. We're on the train, lads. Let's do it for the rest of the stream. It's going to be great. George, quick. Jump out the window. Shut up.
Where are you going, Josh?
Do I need to spell it out?
Don't snap at me. If you're going to take a leak, why don't you say so?
Okay, I'm going to take a leak.
We're already arguing like a married couple. This is great.
L-E-A-K.
Tickets, please.
Oh, hi.
Oh, that's how much Riz you have.
That's a standard full-price peak return. Don't you have a senior citizen's rail card?
I rarely travel by train. My ticket is perfectly valid, is it not?
Well, yeah, but you could have saved up to a third of the cost.
I do not need to indulge in puffling thriftiness.
Blimey, you're a funny old bird and no mistake. Tickets, please, sir.
Here.
That's the biggest not Scottish thing you've done. You had the opportunity to save money.
Off to Stirling, eh?
Yes, we are.
Well, I hope you won't be disappointed. It's a miserable place this time of year. Still, there's plenty of pubs and a lovely view from the castle.
Thank you.
I've got Scottish relatives. They'd cross the M1 to pick up 50p.
I don't want to worry you, but there was something familiar about that guy.
Are you sure? You're tired. Perhaps you're mistaken.
Maybe. But I didn't like the look in his eyes when he spoke to you.
Was that one of the Templars? I think it was. That was definitely one of the Templars that came to check the tickets.
Can't you sit still, Josh?
Nico, I'm going to take a piss.
I need to go to the John.
While you're there, check out the buffet car, Josh. Unthinkable though it is, I am hungry enough to eat English food.
Okay.
She is very much like the French streamer I actually know. It's remarkable how accurate they are. Alright, brilliant. Okay, cool. We're on a train car now. Let's just pop to the side. Oh, look at this. This is excellent. I don't think it's meant to be night time, so I'm not quite sure what the black background is all about. But maybe it is meant to be night time. Can we go in here, say hi to people? Let's go and say hi. Hey guys, how's it going? You're a Scottish football fan, I'm going to assume.
Hi. Having a party?
No, this is British. Come on, join us, man. Away, Basha, wake up, man. What's company?
His breath was like the outlet from a chemical factory.
Excuse my mate, he's taking a nap. Sleeping like a bobby. I'll wake him up when we get to Newcastle.
We passed through Newcastle half an hour ago.
And I never noticed.
Okay, that's a remarkably good accent.
What is that stuff you're drinking? It smells like gasoline.
Right, I'll put hairs in your chest, like.
And your eyeballs, too, by the looks of you.
Have you seen a man that looks like this with a scar on his face?
Have you ever seen this man before?
Aye, man, he's chalky white and I claim my 10 quid, like.
No, he's an international assassin, and he goes by the name Khan.
Well, aye, man, but I was close, you know.
Okay, you're talking a different language to me. I'm going to leave you to it.
See you later.
What about you?
I didn't want to wake him. To
Yep.
be frank, without a cold water hose, I didn't think I could wake him.
Okay, this is very accurate so far.
You haven't opened that window, pal.
Why not?
It's freezing out there.
Okay, can I leave this way? Gotcha. Okay, so we've got some football fans. What about in here? Oh. It's a bit of a dingy car thing going on. Okay. What about just continuing to go this way? Different train carriage. Ooh. Oh, there's a gangster.
Oh, no. That gangster creep from the hotel, Guido. Well, he didn't scare me. Hey, Buster. This is a no-smoking car. Okay, maybe he did scare me. It got worse. I suddenly realized who the conductor had reminded me of. Eklund, Marquet's murderer.
Oh, yeah, the guy in the hotel. The guy in the hospital.
The door was locked.
Okay, how are we going to get past Guido, this guy here? How are we going to do it? Let's find out.
The door was locked.
That's fine, I'm just going to walk past him. It's fine. Here we go. Ready? Apparently you can't. I'll chat to him. It's probably safe.
I really didn't want to shoot the breeze with this guy.
What if I show him the red nose? What if I shake hands with him? What if I ask him if he's seen the dude in the photograph? Alright, cool. So we aren't going past this guy. Cool. We ain't getting that way. No. Guido's there. What if it's the football fans that we end up working with? Also, where's... hang on.
I should have known better than to leave Nico and the old lady alone. Suddenly, the sword of Baphomet took second place to finding the girl I loved.
George, in the time we've been with you on the train, all you've done is argue and spell out the word leak. You are not the master of romance that I think you are. Right. Now, I hate saying this, but it seems to be right now a choice of teaming up with the football fans or the French. So I want to see if there's an option to just jump off the train and kill myself instead. But if there's none of those, we're gonna have to find something else to do. What if I open the window this way? Okay, there's nothing in here to do. Let's chat to these guys, see if they saw anything. Yo, you see anything?
Hey, buddy.
Did you see a French girl walk past?
Did you see what happened to the young woman in the next compartment?
No, Paul, I didn't. Have you lost her, like?
She's disappeared. The old lady, too. I think they're in trouble.
Oh, yeah, man, an old lady, too.
Yeah. You gotta help me.
Maybe they went to the toilet, like.
I don't think so.
They never go on their own. Always in pairs, you know.
No, she's been abducted, I'm sure. I've got to go look for her.
What's stopping you, pal?
The conductor. He's not what he seems.
You want to avoid him, like?
That's about it, yeah.
No problem.
Brilliant. Okay, cool. Have you also seen this weird gangster guy?
Listen, I need your help.
What's the matter?
There's a guy on this train who's trying to kill me.
Relax, man. You wouldn't try nothing with us in Basharia. We are veterans, like. So action at Brightlingsea.
I don't recall the British Army being involved in a conflict at anywhere called Brightlingsea.
Well, you just take it from me, pal. You're in safe hands.
Brilliant. Cool.
See you later.
I'm gonna go back and check the first cart, see if I missed something.
Don't do it, pal. Don't jump.
I don't intend to jump. I'm going to climb on top of the train.
You're kidding, aren't you?
Just watch me.
Alright, George, here we go. Everything's totally safe.
Hold on now, pal. I'll give you a hand, like.
Yep, this is definitely trust the incredibly drunk football fan. This is gonna go fine. Action hero, George Stobart. Yeah, that's it. George Stobart. The man you call when Solid Snake, Sam Fisher, and Gabe Logan are all busy. Oh, what's down here? When you can't get Metal Gear Solid, Splinter Cell... Oh! Oh, goodness. Oh my God, what's happening? No! But okay, yeah, cool. Hey. Pull the thing! Oh yeah, the box fell onto him.
You saved our lives, but why?
We were always on the same side, Stobart. Different causes, but a common enemy.
The Knights Templar?
Don't call them that. The real Templars were a noble foe. These barbarians have no right to that name. These men are no better than dogs.
What are the Neo-Templars after? What is the Sword of Baphomet?
Not what you think, my friend. It is a weapon, yes, but one which our enemies will find difficult to wield. A double-edged sword. A power older than Demolay, older than Solomon.
We'll stop them. You and me together. And Nico.
No, George. My journey ends soon at the Garden of Paradise.
You're talking in riddles. Can't you tell me straight what they're after?
The sword symbolizes a colossal energy caused by the alignment of the Earth's natural power fields,
Which are focused at St. Ninian's.
the energy endowed the Templars with the power which made them great, a power which made them charismatic to such an extent they could control the will of all around them.
George is like... I don't think George realizes it's Khan. George is like, old woman, you saved my life. But why? Oh, we can stop them together. We can. You, old Scottish woman, and me. And then there was a moment, and George was like, oh yeah, Nico, you're here as well, the woman I love. You want to get in on this? You want to get involved? You gonna come with me and the old lady? Save the world? Fight some Neo-Templars? Yeah, he doesn't even realize that it's Khan. He doesn't realize it's Merlin. He still thinks it's the old lady. That's the canon in my mind, is he still thinks it's the old lady. I love it. They're like, the Templars had a power none could compete with. What did they have? Unimaginable amounts of riz. Just so much. They were the Rizzler. They managed to bind the Skibbity into Scotland. I'm going to show him the picture. Old woman, have you seen this man?
No way.
Nah, she probably wouldn't have seen the man, that's fair. Do you want the nose back? I think in many ways it was yours.
Maybe not.
Do you want to shake my hand again?
No.
Hang on. It was you. At the Bull's Head.
How did you escape from the Bull's Head?
It is a long walk from the cliff of the Bull to the village Stobart. Fortunately, I know the ways of the wilderness.
Alright, cool. I should probably chat with Nico.
May Allah guide you to our enemies.
Thanks.
One last thing.
What? What is it?
He breathed heavily into the microphone there. Heavily. Alright, cool. So, Nico, I'll catch up with you in a minute, mate. Khan said... Hang on, the voice needs to be there. Khan said that the Sword of Baphomet has a colossal power, an energy emanating from the earth that can be harnessed to give whoever controls it great riz. It seems that Khan was always on our side. Like his sect in medieval times, he has a great respect for the real Templars, but knew that he had to stop these frauds. He's dead. It's up to us now. Nico and me. Nico and me. I like the sound of that. Alright, Nico. I mean, there's 2 people dead in this train car. If that ain't doing it for you, I don't know what is.
Don't worry. I hadn't forgotten about you.
Untie me this instant, Josh Stobart.
I will. When I'm ready.
No, George. You untie someone there. Safe word, my friend.
No.
You took advantage while my hands were tied.
When Eklund pointed that gun at me, I thought I was gonna die. I thought of all the things I'd never get to do. And kissing you was at the top of my list.
Josh?
Uh-huh.
Josh, we've got to get off the train. Eklund could recover at any time.
So what are we waiting for?
Just a little bit of assault. You know, just a little bit. As a treat. As a little... I think George has earned it by now, without a doubt. Oh, 1996. You were a different time, weren't you? You were a different time. God, what does the world come to? You can't even grope a tied-up French woman on a train anymore after shooting a guy. You just can't. You can't. It's political correctness gone mad. That's what it is. If I can't board a train to Scotland in search of an ancient Templar treasure, watch an old woman shoot a man, and pull a train brake and kill a man with a box, and then grope a French woman, what has this all been for? What has this all been for? All right. We're evolving just backwards. Okay, let's get off the train. I'm going to jump.
What are you doing?
I'm out of here.
Not that door. Do you want to end up like Flap?
Not especially. What remains of him is well on his way back to London. I hope he was traveling on a return ticket.
The game got woke. Halfway through, they made Khan a woman. Oh. That's a very specific joke. Alright, we're in Scotland now, it's fine. Everything's okay.
I'd feel happier if we had a gun or something.
Khan gave me something.
What?
His handbag.
Oh, great. If we run into any killers, we can give him a good buffeting. Didn't he have any weapons?
You don't know half of it. This bag's full of C4.
Wow. Why didn't you say so? Boy, we'll show him now. What's C4?
Plastic, Josh.
We're going to shop our way to victory?
2 kilos of plastic explosive. The detonator's broken now.
No problem. We'll buy a box of matches somewhere.
It doesn't work that way. It takes a small explosion to start the big explosion.
Well, that's not much use then. What does that sign say?
Apparently during the English Civil War in the mid-17th century, this place was used as an arms dump.
Yeah? What happened?
Look at the state of this place, Josh. You work it out.
Oh, stray spark?
You got it. The tower was the only thing to survive the blast.
I hope the explosion didn't destroy the sword of Baphomet.
Do you? I rather hope it did.
George, how are you a lawyer? Several people that have worked with you, George, have been done for murder. And you weren't even defending them. You were just around them. That's how dumb you are. You are one brain cell searching for a third. Just being near you fails an IQ test, George. How did you not know what any of these things were? The same way he's a detective. He isn't. He just walks in with a can-do attitude and a smile on his face. Okay, right. So, we're in Scotland. Khan is dead. Flap, the conductor, was kicked off the train and is probably also dead. Guido is back on the train still, don't worry about him. This is the church where the Templar treasure was buried. The treasure is an incredibly powerful charisma multiplier, apparently. Yeah, do you think George isn't a lawyer? He's just turned up and started trying to defend someone. George, you walked into a courtroom and 3 people got sent down for life. They weren't even on trial. They were the jury. You're just that bad at your job.
I scrabbled around in the rubble and found an old clay pipe with a broken stem.
Okay, so, clay pipe, broken stem.
The pipe could have been anything from 50 to several hundred years old.
Right. Let's see what's going on here. Let's open this. This will be easy.
The handle turned easily and the larger wheel began to revolve. Damn! Then the handle came off in my hand.
George, you can't just put an ancient handle in your pocket.
It was the handle from the church tower's winding mechanism. It had cog teeth mounted near its base.
Can we use it again? No.
Now that the handle was gone, it was easy to remove the cog and spindle.
Okay, so we're just taking apart Scotland. Gotcha. Okay. Let's open this door.
I tried pushing the panel, but wasn't surprised when it failed to move. Above the carved cross was an indecipherable inscription. For all I knew, it could have been scribed in Gaelic.
George, you've been reading Latin the entire game, and suddenly he's like, I don't know what these words mean. Right, I'm going to put the handle in the door. I'm going to talk to Nico. She's the only one who's sensible here.
Nico?
Uh-huh.
What are you doing?
Committing this inscription to memory.
Can you read it?
No.
Okay, there's a gargoyle next to you. Right, I'm going to...
no.
I'm going to put something in the gargoyle's mouth. I'm going to stick the thing in there.
I pushed the handle into the demon's mouth.
I'm gonna put the cog in its eye.
The cog slipped neatly into the eye socket.
I'm gonna turn the handle.
No.
Okay, cool. We need another thing. I'm gonna put the pipe in the other eye.
I was sure the clay pipe wasn't meant to fit in there.
Okay, I'd like that to be my choice, George, not yours. Right, what else have we got? Pile of rubble.
Under one of the stones, I found a metal coin which was green with age.
I'm gonna check again.
It was caked with soil, but what I'd found was a small cog and spindle.
Okay, that was convenient that all the pieces of the puzzle happened to be right here. Let's just stick that in the demon's mouth as well.
With a rasp of metal on stone, I eased the second eye into place. The cogs all meshed. It began to turn.
Beautiful stuff. In you go, Nico. Yeah, I feel that maybe they've run out of design time here.
As soon as I saw the flickering torches, I realized the bogus Templars had beaten us to the sword. But where were they now? And why was it so quiet?
Yeah, Nico was reading that, George, as well.
No, George!
What?
Leave the torch right where it is, in case you haven't noticed the crypt is full of gunpowder.
So what? Don't you trust me?
It's not a question of trust.
No? You think I'm a jerk, don't you?
Don't be silly, George, and keep your voice down. I thought I heard something. Like chanting.
I'm gonna need to message my French streamer friend and see if she can jump in this stream and let me know if this accent is accurate. So let me just... give me a second. We need to know if you're free. Can you jump in the stream? 1 second. I need to know. Someone actually French needs to tell me. Need an opinion on it. If you're free, can you jump in the stream? Need an opinion on a French accent. Beautiful. That's fine. That's great. We'll give her 5 minutes. I feel that if, like, an actual French person says it's terrible, then it's probably quite good. You know, that's the kind of basis that I'm going off here. No one French is in this stream. You are safe. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Oh, she just said on my way. I didn't expect that to be that fast. Oh, dear. Okay. Quick. Think of a reason that we can go through the rest of the game without talking to Nico. That's a problem. Maybe it's fine. Maybe this is absolutely fine. Don't worry about it. This is totally okay. Can we get through the rest of the game without... The French aren't real. They can't hurt you. It's fine. Don't worry about it. This is totally okay. Just give it a second. Just give it a second. She might need to join. I am French. Who ask? Right, we're bringing in apparently a panel of experts in a second. Natalie. Hello, French is here. Okay, Natalie. Welcome. Thank you for responding to my message scarily quickly. Natalie, this is a game called Broken Sword. In French, I believe it's called The Sword of Baphomet. Could you just tell me if Nico, that's this girl here, if her accent is accurate? I'm going to chat to her to see if there's George Stobart, the American, and Nico, the French girl.
It looks like the Templars got here first.
We might not be too late. There's still a chance.
I wish I had your optimism.
So do I, Josh. Sometimes you're so negative.
Natalie, opinion. How accurate is that as a French accent? Lamau, it's terrible. I disagree. I think it's absolutely perfect. Natalie is one of the most successful French streamers, by the way, so going to her stream is a good idea if you want to see what an actual French accent sounds like. Right, let's delve deeper in with American and 100% French girl. Let's do this. Here we go.
Listen, I can definitely hear chanting.
You're right. I hear it too. What do you suppose they're doing?
It wouldn't surprise me if they were holding some kind of satanic sex ritual.
So, what are we waiting for?
I'm with my boy George there. He's like...
Will you look at that? Baphomet. Labinot was right. This place was ancient even to the Templars.
This whole place? This is Baphomet?
Finally, the truth. The Templars had never worshipped this graven image, no more than they'd worship a rainbow. But, like a rainbow, they regarded it as a symbol of a covenant with God, who'd revealed this place to them.
Rosso! Why, the double-dealing treacherous?
On the contrary, Inspector Rosso has been the model of obedience, an important quality in a true Templar. Now be quiet and watch, if you wish to live much longer.
Brothers and sisters, we are gathered here to witness the reforging of the sword that was broken. Here
He's French
before God's sentinel, Baphomet, Grand Master and Knight of Baphomet. We salute and pledge our obedience to you.
I salute you, gatekeeper of the temple. 7 centuries ago, our greatest weapon, the sword of Baphomet, was lost to us. Now we prepare to reforge it, to wield against new enemies. We shall lead the people to a new order, wherein all borders will dissolve. All will be united under the red cross of the Templars.
He was T-posing for dominance. That's what he was doing. It's a battery. They've put a lot of effort into Nico's butt on that lying down shot. A lot of focus has gone onto that. I appreciate that.
George, we have watched your efforts to stop us with respect. But surely you realize that you have been misled by our enemies. Both of us want a better world. Fortunately, no harm has been done. We need determined, resourceful men like you. Join us, George. Join us in true brotherhood.
Yeah. True? Wait. Brothers? What about Marquet? What about Pegram and Klausner? You didn't look on them as brothers, only as failures. 3 men dead, and you don't give a damn!
George, what stance is that?
You know that sacrifices are necessary. Every great undertaking.
Join you? I'll see you in hell first.
Oh, George, I had great hopes for you.
George still wants the orgy.
Guerre. Eklund. Kill him.
George's mind is still on the orgy. Yes, Nico, the only competent person in the game. How? How did an old man punch me? Interesting.
I swear, I just wanted things to be right.
So Rosso shot the old guy.
Take them. Kill them. They will not escape.
Okay, so...
Well.
And then
if
Guido...
it isn't the great detective and his beautiful assistant, it's going to be a pleasure killing the pair of you.
Josh, what are we going to do?
Quiet, Frenchie. I need to think. Okay, let's read... Hang on, here we go. The Grandmaster, a ruthless megalomaniac who manipulates all around him. No, it needs the voice. Here we go. The Grandmaster, a ruthless megalomaniac who manipulates all around him. An assassin perpetuating a medieval conflict to uphold ancient honor. It's crazy, but it all makes perfect sense. Yeah, let me check my notes, Nico. Just bear with me. Just calm down. Go and be French somewhere else. I need to read. The sword, a colossal energy A divine power. It is a communication with angels, the opportunity to learn arcane and divine secrets, a power that the Templars had and lost. No wonder these Neo-Templar guys wanted to find and reforge the sword so badly. When Edward II led his English army up to Bannockburn, this must have been his goal, and this is where the Templars intervened to stop him. Okay, so, ancient power. Basically, this is the Riz machine. This is the actual Rizzler. You talk to this, get 18 out of 100 charisma, you suddenly succeed all Riz rolls, and then you...
Come on, George, think of something.
What do you suggest?
Well, this place is full of explosives.
Okay, you know what? Fine, Nico. We'll do it your way. What am I going to do? I'll slap the electric buzzer on the gunpowder. Is that going to work? Is that what you want? Right, let me grab the torch.
Come on, Nico. We're leaving.
You fools! You cannot escape us. Guido! Stop them.
But master, the powder!
That powder is from the English Civil War. You fool. He's over 300 years old. How explosive do you think it can be?
I thought it was all over, but Nico had one last trick up her sleeve.
She's French.
Or in her handbag, to be exact.
She carries
handbag
explosives.
Full of plastic explosives.
Maybe, but this stuff is brand new.
Just French girlfriends. If Natalie's in the chat still, I'm pretty sure she carries C4 around with her. As French, I can confirm I always have explosives with me. It's true. She did. It got us out of a real spot of
We didn't
bother.
stay long in Scotland. George had a vacation to finish, and I had another story to write. Not the real story, of course, but enough half-truths to fill a page and pay my rent for the month.
Yeah, your rent for the
George
month.
and I hung out together in Paris. I showed him my favourite restaurants, and he told me his best jokes.
You know, Nico, this city holds so many memories for me now. The cafes, the music.
The sewers.
Tell me about it. The clowns.
The jugglers.
And your pal Labano.
Oh, yes, dear Andre.
When we first met, and I was doing my detective stuff, you kind of disappeared a lot, Nico. Were you and Labano,
There was something happening, but nothing to do with Andre.
Uh-huh.
It was something from the past that I had to deal with, on my own. So, I dealt with it, and now it's over.
Hey, did I ever tell you the one about the old Irish couple in the lottery?
No, but I think you're going to.
Okay, there's this old Irish couple. They've been married forever, like 50 years, and they win the lottery.
And that is Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars, the director's cut. Who's ready for Broken Sword 2, The Smoking Mirror? Nico, how have you had the money to travel around and do whatever you want whenever you want, but you're struggling to make rent? I'm trying to, you know, these are two different waves. I'm trying to kind of merge them in my head. You're like, I'm struggling to make rent this month. I live in Paris. Time to jump on a train to Scotland. Nico, that it's not cheap. You know, Paris rent, Parisian rent, a little bit expensive. Little bit expensive. You know, Natalie could probably tell us. It's not cheap to live in Paris. And the worst part of it is that you live in Paris. You know, that's like, oh my God, can you imagine? That's like the worst part of France. Okay, so that was Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars, the director's cut. We managed to kill everyone by blowing up a Scottish church, and in no way is that going to legally come back to us at all. We're absolutely fine. We're pretty much, we're out the woods, and let's be real, even if someone did want to take us to court, George is a lawyer. Everyone's going to jail. Everyone. George, Natalie, Lobino, the old English woman, the old Spanish woman, the doctor we interacted with for a bit in France, the Irish kid, the C4, the judge. Everyone's going to jail. He's going to bang the little gavel, and then he's going to come and join us in the dock. Another judge takes over. He bangs the gavel. He comes to join us in the dock. A third judge takes over. That judge is a Scottish woman. It's Khan. It was always part of his plan. He found the Templar Riz machine. We're all getting off. It's fine. And by that, I mean we're all being freed of all crimes, not we're all getting off. It's not a Templar demonic sex orgy. That... no. That... unless... I mean, no. But... no, I'm being silly. Although... Khan does have the Riz. He could make that happen. History is once again written by the Rizzlers, without a doubt. We've got them. Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars. It is the magical, mythical journey across all the land. We go to all of the places, all the amazing places that don't exist. Syria, France, Ireland. That's it. They were the places. Spain, Scotland. And we solved it. But would you believe there are 4 Broken Sword games? One of them is terrible, which is why we should play it. So I think tomorrow we start Broken Sword 2, The Smoking Mirror, which is a little bit longer, but just as funny. Thank you very much for joining me this evening. Can we play the second one right now? No, you're too greedy. You don't deserve that. The stream has been too good. I've always said that I'm a whelming streamer. I feel right now I've given you at least 3 hours. It's a 3.5 hour stream. 2 hours of that was good. 1.5 hours was average to middling. We have whelmed you. No, you can't say please. What we can do is we can go to bed, we can get a good night's sleep, and tomorrow at 4 o'clock we will start Broken Sword 2, The Smoking Mirror. Guys, go and enjoy your evening. Thank you for joining me. Take care. Good night, and God bless.